So
We need a response team.
The Avengers Initiative was shut down.
This isn't about the Avengers. These people may be isolated, unbalanced even, but I believe with the right push, they can be exactly what we need.
War isn't won by sentiment, Director.
No, it's won by soldiers.
right now, every single one of you out there, have a chance to be a part of the greatest organization the NFL has ever seen, the Dallas Cowboys. And you are fans of a championship football team. And what do? You blog. You blog so hard that you're running up and down the internet all night long. If it's 4 o'clock in the morning and you got to get another story out, you blog. You know why? Because you know more about your team than anybody else. There is 32 teams in the league. 32 teams. You expect them to know every team like you know yours? Wait, they don't. They don't. And how do you do this? You go to the Dallas Cowboys show, you get a blog, and you blog about the Cowboys. You blog all night long about the Cowboys. You tell people what they need to know about the Cowboys instead of letting people tell you. That's what you did all last year. No more. You know why? Because we have the internet. All you have to do is have heart. And you can do it. You know why? Because you're a fan of a championship football team. And a fan of the championship football team, they give everything. They give everything they got to help their team make it to the Super Bowl. And if you're not willing as a fan to give it all you got, then you go to the New England Patriots. Blog, 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 blog.
Here, Nico Harris.
There's nothing better than that.
Lifelong Mavericks fan.
Nothing more fulfilling.
You weren't there when
Nothing more special.
The start of OTAs. Offensive line coming together. Do we have two number twos or number ones, or what do we got? And then I got to box my homie today. I'm going to probably be getting double teamed. I'm all the way for that, so if y'all came to see a fight, you going to see it today. So what's up, Henny?
What's good with you, man?
Man, I'm chilling on it, man. What's going on, my brother?
Man,
Luke.
I can't call it, man. Just trying to live a little righteous today on the Sabbath.
That's what's up. What's up? Lou, how you doing, brother?
Blessed and highly favored.
Man, that boy put the both of them together. Hey, we got a commitment. Henny ain't cussing. He promised me that he done cussing.
On the show with him. I ain't changed my life, but I'm gonna be nice on Boss platform.
Yeah, because you know, I done got so much yell off this man, it's crazy.
They throwing flags on.
They throwing flags on it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him to calm down, y'all. He ain't gonna do it.
I'm gonna be listen. I rock with Boss, man. So I'm gonna be well behaved. Like somebody in the chat gonna say something stupid, or somebody gonna rub me the wrong way, and I'm gonna fight the urge to cuss them out on the spot. You know, I'm gonna be all right today.
Okay. Well, so how you fellas doing though? Good.
Great, man. Good.
So obviously we got the OTA starting tomorrow, right? And so all of us been beating the ground. We've been basically beating the ground saying some of the things we need to do, right? We've been really heavy on that. Now, let's also try to be fair, because I think if you go always try to negotiate, I think it's important to try to look at it from the other side. Big time in the house, man. You got the link, you can get in the show. But I think you got to look at it from the other side too. So what would you say are positions that you feel like that you would kind of side with front office the most on waiting and seeing? Would it be corner, DT, running back? What would it be? Safety? what would it be? I'm gonna start with you, Luke.
This is gonna be a hot take. People ain't gonna like this. I think you should do that for corner. I think corner is in a position that a lot of people are overlooking. I know the main question with the cornerback room is health. And I think if one guy is healthy, I think we're good. One guy being out of the trouble, the guy we drafted is Savon Revel, Trevon Diggs, and we have guys that they traded for, and we have guys that got overlooked that had bad years. But we have a solid in Deron Bland contract year. We're finna get a good year in him. If Savon Revel is actually like an overshown type, because that's the problem. I don't think the Joneses really rush back everybody. It's just a matter of how much you love the game and how much you truly committed. If you work it overtime, you're gonna be ready for that that rush timeline. So if Savon Revel is truly back, and Trevon Diggs, he can wait. If Kalen Carson can take a step, if Kyler Elam listened to Boss and actually got training and improved his burst, I think corner may be just a tad bit fine. That's why we want to bring somebody in here just for 4 games, but I think we should wait and see on how they truly look health wise.
It's not a hot take because I'm a backdoor Lou say the same position.
Damn.
Because listen, if you're talking about when healthy, who your best position might be in terms of depth, it really might be the cornerback room. Deron Bland is an all-pro. Trevon Diggs is an all-pro. Javon Revel, I know he ended up going in the 3rd round. He's a guy that had a first-round grade, according to a lot of people. Elam is a former first-round pick. He just got to turn the corner in his development. And then you also invested in Kalen Carson. Some of these other guys, you got Troy Pride out there. I know a lot of folks ain't talking about him, right? You might be getting Butler back. So the Dallas Cowboys, if they ever get healthy at corner, that's probably their deepest position, right? So I agree with Lou. Like, anybody you bring in right now anyway, it's just going to be a temporary Band-Aid, right? There's some issues that you need a staple for, like it's long-term, we got to heal up. Some stuff you can slap a Band-Aid on, it'll be fine, right? Cornerback might not even need a Band-Aid. It might be a scrape. Because like you said, like Savon Revel might be back at the beginning of the season. If he's going to be the future, especially regarding the Deron Bland contract situation, you want to go ahead and get the reps right now. It may not be ideal throwing them out there. Maybe the best wide receiver tandem in the division, so it might be rough week 1. But you have some depth, you have some options in playing some corners, especially if you're deciding on.
He come back. That's always happens.
I'm gonna say this: there's one player that can fix this, like we looking at the offensive line with Tyler Guyton, and I think that equivalent for that in corner is Kalen Carson. If Kalen Carson could truly take a step, we're good at corner.
Man, y'all both shocked me, and I didn't want to. Henry was still cooking. I want to make sure he got it.
I'm right here.
Go ahead.
I don't know what's wrong with my stuff. I got the listen.
No, you good.
I got the Ethernet cords. So we good.
We can hear you. It's just
you can see me.
Yeah, it's just something about in your area. It's always a delay. It's it could be some in the ground for all I know, but it always happens, and he gone. Well, going back to corner, I'm shocked that I agree with both of y'all, man. Like, corner could be something to where you can wait and see, especially because we're getting ready to look at OTAs, right? Mm-hmm. Now, everybody talk about the underwear Olympics and all that kind of stuff, but actually, this is where you can get a look at corner. This is where they're going to compete, and even though there's no pads, right? When they start practicing, your eyes will see something if something is there. So corner is something that they might have to wait until training camp. That might be the only one that I could see them saying, you know what, like where it's actually business sense for them to do so little.
Yeah, and then I feel like And also, I'm kind of leaning on Flus in his scheme. His scheme really protects the corners because it's not a passive scheme, but it's a scheme that don't allow anything over the top. So it's mainly of how you can come up and tackle, and how you can deal with the underneath. So that's why at corner there's a lot of question marks. But hey, like if two of them question marks can get good, I think this group can easily become one of your strongest groups in the entire team. If one person work out. Yeah. Like that's how we like the depth is kind of like really good. Like
especially if we get to later in the season and start getting those guys back.
Like when Trayvon come back, like this is what we've been talking about, pushing guys down. The depth chart. You pushing some really good guys down the depth chart, and then you bringing in hungry dogs, even though they are rookies. But like, I feel like Trayvon D is gonna be a little bit more inspired, especially if it's your owner taking shots at him and drafting a player saying this is your direct replacement. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's gonna light a little bit of a fire. Then you got Bland who wants to get paid. Then you got Kalen Carson is like, listen, hey, like if we all dogged him. If he's the Tyler Guyton of the cornerback room.
Yeah.
If he can get it right, we good.
Yeah, and corner is wait and see. It really is. It's wait and see. And people forgetting Troy Pride.
Yeah, like that's about deep down at, and then you forgetting Josh Butler coming back. Izzy.
I don't know about Butler though, because he had a mid-season ACL. I don't trust ACLs mid-season. Like when it's also everybody compliment your camera, bro. You get.
Hey, shout out to my brother.
Man, your brother hooked you up, bro. He got it looking real. That's $20K, but yeah, and then Izzy, that could be a way for Izzy to get on the field. For those of us who've been wanting Izzy to get on the field, so corner actually could be all right, man. And then for instance, this is where I'm being fair to front office on wait and see a little bit. Because we always asking, right? It's always give me top shelf running back, give me top shelf DT, give me top shelf. But somewhere, I think if we really trying to have a real discussion, it's like somewhere you got to see it from their standpoint too, where we wouldn't have seen Butler if they would have just got aggressive and just got somebody early. Butler would have never had the debut he had if we would have been just greedy and aggressive, right? Mm-hmm. So it's sometimes you do have to get, I ain't gonna say young guys, but competition a chance.
Yeah, that room probably gonna have the most competition out of everybody in that room. It's gonna be some guys clawing, and I can't wait. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like especially at the bottom. That's what I'm saying. You saying Josh Butler, man? Josh Butler, hey, like he got a taste of football after like missing it for what, a couple of years. Like his career was over. You know what I'm saying? And then he had a chance to get back on the Cowboy stage, and he lost it because of injury. Man, that man, he gonna be. I don't ever doubt a desperate man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I can't wait to see that room, especially.
So we all pretty much in agreement on OTAs and just kind of waiting that out the training camp. No rush for Gilmore.
Yeah, for corner. I'll wait for corner. I'm not too sure if I'll wait for defensive tackle or anything.
I ain't waiting on that.
Yeah. So like DT, they should be on a plane to Dallas right now.
Right now, yeah.
As we speak. Yesterday.
Yeah.
Safety room need a flush out. You know what I'm saying? I need a.
What you mean flush out?
Like you know what I'm saying? You flush and you the stuff on top fall down, and we need to get them out of here. I'm trying to like refresh.
You said it nice. So
fresh out.
You saying basically we need to replace Hooker and Donovan Wilson.
It's time to retool that room because we already know who we want to replace them with, but who's behind them?
I will start since you pivoted to safety. I'll say this. Wasn't expected to talk about safety, but since we're talking about OTAs, I will say this. It's time for Izzy. It's time for Wanye, and it's time for Bell to get rotation. I'm usually not for rotation. I'm usually for your starters being your starters. But I wanted rotation last year. I wanted a minimum because do you remember when Barry Churchnell was here? They was rotating in Heat, they was rotating in Woods, right? And Barry Church was playing better safety and Wilcox, but they kept rotating them in. They was letting those guys develop, right?
That's about Wilcox.
Wilcox.
Man, that boy was a hammer, boy.
Boy, he was a hitter. He was an impressive hitter, but I want to at least start there, right? And I think if you that guy, you go get it to where you don't get out, right? So what I saw with Wanye is super closing, athlete. Once he make a big play, I think he'll be that guy that just push Malik Hooker on down. But he got to get a chance, and he got to stay healthy for that to happen.
You think he'll push Malik Hooker? I think the first one to get pushed is Dono.
But they're gonna be Marquise Bell to do that.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, yeah, okay, you're right.
Yeah.
So Marquise Bell already having that working linebacker, he's gonna be a great strong safety.
He's gonna be great,
job.
especially when it's time to go one high. And he want to you know bring him down in the box a little bit. He's gonna be a great box safety. You know what I'm saying? And I need that. I think he's better on the roof than Donovan Wilson too.
Who?
This is Marquise Bell.
I just wonder how he run now. Since he put on that weight.
Injury.
Yeah. I would trust him to run with the injury he had, but when you put on that weight and take it off, that's what I just wonder about that. I'm just curious. I would have trusted him straight out of Florida. I would have trusted his speed then. Because didn't he run like a 4.4 or something?
Let me Google.
Appreciate the super chat.
Coach Marby.
Real talk.
Yeah,
man. And like the logo, Coach. Appreciate it. And super chat.
Salute to Coach Marb, man.
Yeah, so I thought he ran like a 4.4. That would be my only question that I have to see is his game speed. He said he ran a 4.5, which is more than enough if that's true. That's more than enough safety.
Yeah, for a strong safety.
I want his hips. That's what I hate about Dono. His hips are terrible.
You can't trust him to cover tight end. Now Wanye, yeah.
Like, I'm talking about like Dono. I don't like Dono's hips. Like when it's on a speed turn, hey, what's that dude? Rashid Shaheed from the Saints walked past him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he was in the deep half. You know?
Nah, I kind of see the range on Donovan Wilson, but if you isolate him on a athlete.
Did you not see him not be able to cover none of those tight ends like Kittle, none of them boys?
Yeah, no, it's
oh yeah, yeah.
That's where you need Izzy, man. To be honest.
Remember, because the Niners was able to get off, and they didn't even have IU, and Debo was a non-factor.
Exactly.
And we were saying, hey Zim, they attacking your guy. They isolating Wilson. So I'm just saying, like. Coach Marv is in the chat. When it's on film, football is a copycat league. And once it's out there, it's out there.
Yeah. So, but to me, if you go try to have a safety on the Kittle types, that's where you gotta, you gotta go with a South Carolina free guy. Izzy, you gotta go with Izzy. Period.
Yeah.
So, I guess with the start of OTAs, that's what I'm gonna be looking for. I'm gonna be looking for when practice start. They say practice start Tuesday, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's what I'm gonna be looking for. I'm gonna be trying to see what's going on with the one-on-ones and just what stories are coming out about that. That's what I want to hear. Because while I'm looking at corner, because see, the last time what they did is they waited to training camp before they brought in Malik Hooker. It was almost like they wanted to get real eyes on the safety at that time, Kazi. And then once they saw him, it was like, man, we good.
Right, yeah.
So, real quick, man, I noticed something. I wanted to definitely get into this with you boys. What's going on with the offensive line? I like what I'm seeing with them guys. Hold on real quick. One more time.
All right, talking boy Parlay together.
Yeah, bro. I love it, bro. What's y'all thoughts on them boys kicking it the way they kicking it, bro? Like, to be honest, I haven't even seen Frederick them kicking it like this, bro. Them boys been big kicking with them stars, man. They've been out there. I love it. And you see that chemistry with them boys, like they bonding. I love it. Like, what's y'all thoughts on that, bro?
Shit, exactly what you said, man. Good team building, good chemistry building. And what a lot of folks don't understand about offensive linemen, man, it's like the offensive line is like one living being. You know what I'm saying? It's like hive mind. The more that you in sync on the offensive line, the better that you are, man. You know, that's why sometimes you can have less than stellar guys on the offensive line, but they're so in tune together. They done played together so long, like it don't make no difference. You know, they still gonna get out there and move people and stuff like that. So I like, because listen, they already talented, right? There's already a very talented offensive line. The fact that they're getting that chemistry and camaraderie together, they're going to bode very well for the Dallas Cowboys, especially getting an early start.
Yeah, I just dropped the video on this, man. Yeah, I love it. This is, y'all don't understand, like, this
They crunk as hell.
Yeah,
They
this is winning reps on Sunday right here, bro. This right here is winning reps on Sunday.
Brotherhood, bro.
This is brotherhood, like he said. Like, it's a high. Like I told y'all, bro. When we play, you're 1/5 of a person on the team. You're not even accounted as a full human being. You are 1/5 of a person.
You're nobody.
Like coaches will get mad. Like, you know, it used to be like a sin to be not like sitting with your offensive line in the meeting. Like, what an old line, everybody better be together, because it's so important for everybody to be so on tune. You having 5 huge human beings having to be in sync and having to go to war. It's important that they like build these relationships now, because they finna be in a real war. You know what I'm saying? It's important for all position groups. Corners need to be hanging together. We see CD. We're gonna talk about it. CD and pick. It's important. We on a team, but the people who are directly in it with you, it's important that you build that connection, because that's gonna, when the going gets tough, and Jalen Carden is talking this mess to, you know, this is what keeps the quarterback, you know, free. When they over there trying to, you know, hit that a little extra on the offense, you know, out of bounds. I used to get pissed when I see just Lyle Collins crazy ass. Now, this is when you see the full. You're gonna see BB ass over. You're gonna see Guyton over there, and everybody gonna be swinging, because that's how it's supposed to be. You're gonna ride as one, and you're gonna die as one. So this is important, because like, hey, beginning of the season, we're tripping on each other's feet. Now, and you seeing the effects. Everybody talking about it in Cowboys Nation. All the old leaders are gone. Yeah, there's a new age of leadership going on, and you're seeing it.
And they young, man.
And they're young. Everybody young.
They not even what they're going to be yet. Like, this is a young. Most of them guys not even paid yet. Still, you know, was the undrafted. But what I really love is the genuine smiles. I love how they organically together. You see Steele back there leading back laughing. You see Hoffman back there. And shout out to Hoffman too. I want to say this about Hoffman. Yeah, bro. Shout out to him. Hoffman has always been just super first class, bro. Like, they always getting people to come in here to replace him. Let's be real. They always getting people in here to replace him, and he come and fight. You know, almost like you said, underappreciated, just because, you know, obviously people have bigger upsides than he does. But he's still yet super kicking it with the guys. And see, think about it, like Tyler Guyton, when he came in last year, Cooper Beebe came in last year, who did they say put them under his wing? Hoffman.
It was Hoffman?
It was Hoffman, bro. I can pull the clips. Hoffman. So, like, Hoffman is probably the one, I would almost bet you $1 million that's probably responsible for them dudes being tight like that. Like, Hoffman is going to be one of them future coaches. He going to be one of them future coaches, because everybody raves about him. He plays the game the right way. And he going to be that guy that you see that you never go question his toughness. You go just question his athleticism. When he finally arrived to whatever he's going to be in football, right? He's one of the most unappreciated ones, but I love stuff like this, especially when it's organic. I love stuff like this, because this is what make you really go to war with each other. It's like it's more than just a job when y'all friends like this, when y'all actually kicking it like this. It's like I'll break my arm for you now. You know what I mean? Because we bonded, you know? And this, to be honest, what other groups look like this? What other groups do you see hanging like this? Be honest. I don't see no other groups. Yeah.
And you know who benefits the most from this?
Dak.
But I was gonna say somebody in this room right now.
So
Guyton. See, when y'all close like this, y'all, if y'all play football, y'all know this. And I'm a big guy, you know, because when the conditioning get tough, it get tough. But these guys ain't gonna let you quit. They'll save you from yourself.
I like that.
That's real.
I like that, man. That's deep. That's offensive line talk right there.
Like, you want to give up? Well, guess what? I ain't letting you give up. Get on up. I know it's hard, but you trying to be selfish right now. But we've been right here with you, like we was with you at the Stars game. We was kicking it. We was with you on your highest peak mountains, and now we're gonna be with you in this deepest valley.
Yeah. Speaking of guiding, I was talking to Tuck, and Tuck was starting to review guidance film. He said he's very concerned. So to the point, I want to circle back and look at that too. I'm gonna circle back and take a deep dive into guiding. But obviously, man, we want to hear from you, Lou, on that. Just kind of your thoughts on guiding. And I'm being honest, I haven't done my deep dive yet, so it would be surface, similar to what I first looked at Mozzie. I kind of had a thought until I really honed in on him, and then I really formed a solid opinion. But what's your thoughts on it, Lou?
Yeah, it's mental. I was reviewing the film every game. What was going on with Guyton was all mental. The best way I can put it, Guyton was a freshman at a 7A high school that's competing for a state championship. Like, this man is a child, you know what I'm saying? And he's going to do childlike things on the field. I know it's hard to say, and the reason why it's being amplified because he plays one of the most important positions on the entire team, like the entire football team, which is the left tackle position, which is that is the prime insurance of Dak. So that's why it was amplified. So what you saw on film, he has the ability, but when you're going up against, it was a gauntlet, man. Going up against the defensive player of the year from the previous year, like, you're having to get a mind up for that, and then going it, like, it was you had to prepare for so much, and you got to think about it. This man went from tight end, then to right tackle at OU, and now for playing left tackle for the Dallas Cowboys in the National Football League. That is a lot, and you're protecting a $60 million quarterback. So everyone, the whole fan base, the whole entire Cowboy Nation like room understands Dak's life is in your hands. And this is you're giving this to a child, so the responsibility and the man behind it didn't align. So that's why what you saw in mid-season of them like benching him, sure, it was ability, but it was mainly because it's like, okay, well, get the kid up out of there. You know what I'm saying? The coach saying, get the kid up out of there. The moment has gotten too big for him, so he's starting to like make every little decision. Is like he can't do the simple things. Like some blocks. The most ugliest sack I gave, like, it was despicable when I seen it on film, is when he completely stopped blocking versus the Steelers and let dude hit Dak. Like, he completely stopped blocking the dude, and it was her big. And that's the thing. Like, so I think it was a mental thing, because he had to prepare for the best of the best, but not knowing that this is the National Football League. Even the most like low end defensive ends will get your ass any week in and week out because you play the left tackle position. So, like, that's why I said, when you play a left tackle, your mind, that you are the enforcer of the line. It's heavy is the head who wears the crown. There's a reason why they get paid the big money. Welcome to the league.
Well, I did send him the OC's information and real truth, and I'm gonna continue to do that. You know, because I really believe in that too. Like, this ain't trying to hook up the homies. I really do believe if a majority of our defense and offense went and worked out with the OC and real truth, I think we'll win Super Bowl. I'm serious. Dead ass.
Yeah,
I'm dead at.
Y'all saw Ashton Jensen. You ain't gotta say nothing else.
Right. Like who else had people oohing and ahhing at their pro day? Did y'all see that happen anywhere else?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So since that didn't happen anywhere else, you got to think about who was the trainers that got Genty like that. Because Genty wasn't looking like that when he walked out of Boise State, was he?
Oh hell, no. Oh.
Then he took off his shirt at his pro day and he looked like Lou Ferrigno, or he looked like the Hulk. You know, if y'all don't know who that is.
That's a little bit before their time, probably. You know, back then they just painted him green and he ran around.
Yeah.
That's for their time, man.
Hey, man, explain it to him, Hitty, man. I don't think they know what I'm talking about, bro.
Yeah, man. Well, Lou Ferrigno is a bodybuilder. He was huge. And
Yeah.
back in the day, you know, they had the Hope television show. You know, you might still see them parody the closing scene. They play the sad music and Bruce Banner on the side of the road hitchhiking, trying to get a ride to where he going. So back in the Gap, Lou Ferrigno, they didn't have no special effects. They just got the biggest, swollest bodybuilder they could find.
Yeah,
and they painted him the green, and he would run around throwing people through walls.
He was the
walls
Hulk.
in slow motion.
They got a bodybuilder painted him green. That was Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah,
The Hulk. So that's how Genty looked. So, and I'm like, cause see, it's not his athleticism, it's his strength.
It's all, and it's like, I'm gonna go deeper than that. It's the confidence and the strength. That's what I'll be telling people. Like, you know, when y'all watching basketball and Kyrie be, you know, he'll do the most unnatural. It's because he built up that confidence because he didn't cook enough people in practice that doing it in the game when on the big stage, nothing. Same thing with offensive line. You don't punch because you don't trust your punch at practice. You don't trust your punch because you don't trust your strength. So build up the trust in your strength. How you do that? Getting stronger.
Get stronger.
Yep, and that's you get with that boy real. And listen, y'all, I ain't got no pride when it come down to trying to improve my Cowboys. I ain't got no pride. I'ma tag them dudes on a weekly basis, man, because I know, and I'm just being honest, man. Championships is won in the off season, and I ain't sending them no chumps. I'm sending them top level dudes. You know what I mean? Top level, right? So anyway. Like, yeah, the guy that trained him was drafted above all the guys. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
He need to take his daddy. His daddy's in his ear. His daddy made him, you know, I mean, I think he back with Duke, but his daddy convinced him to go from like Duke. So, you know, if you can't get to him, get to somebody who will get to his ear.
Very true.
Yeah,
very true.
Yeah, because if he's not working with Duke right now, it's like
I think he is.
He went back to him.
I think I don't think he's full time, but the way they're talking, I think he is kind of. I think everybody is back with.
Okay, well, if everybody working with Duke, that's something else. We'll see.
Yeah.
You know,
can y'all
I was
still
under
hear
the
me?
assumption that
Well, it's 24 hours in a day. We can go get a fifth workout in. You know.
Well, nah. I mean, you know, I want to also, you know, I don't want to encroach on nobody contracts and nothing like that. I just thought he wasn't working with Duke. If he wasn't working with Duke, I'm like, man, you better go get with the OC, man. Real talk. Real talk. OC had that boy ready. Real talk. And real truth. They gonna have them boys ready. And strong as hell. Strong. So they say it's over 300 and them likes is way down. Y'all help out on them likes. Like, get them likes up, man.
We gonna look at y'all until we get some likes.
And hey, but Lou, you spoke about the level of competition that Tyler Guyton played last year. Like me and Boss did a show on it in the off season.
Yeah.
It was so crazy.
Yeah.
But you mentioned Myles Garrett. It was also Nick Bosa. It was also T.J. Watt, Aiden Hutchinson. Kayvon Thibodeau was coming off a double sack season.
Actually, see, the thing is, this would make a guy look even worse. He actually didn't get those heavy hitters. He didn't get Hutchinson. He didn't get T.J. Watt. That's what made it even worse. He didn't get T.J. Watt. See, like the people was getting on Steele, and that's what like Vox was saying. Like,
he was going
Steele was the one losing to the greats. Guyton was losing to Herbie. You feel me? Like Nick Herbie, who had a career game that game. You know what I'm saying? So you're right. You know what I'm saying? Some like the Giants, Thibodeau, Burns. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They tore him up. But see, we got to get him right because now the Giants got
Abdul Carter. I mean, they might got the best group of pass rushers in the division.
I would run a 3-4 with them. put Dexter in the middle and put everybody else. They got something.
Bring them where you want to bring them from, man. We'll figure it out.
Oh, see now. I think a lot of people don't forgot about Awesome, bro.
Awesome Richards.
Yes,
I didn't.
No,
I didn't. I remember that game.
He
The
played
problem
well.
he played well.
I'm talking about him as a solution, bro.
To left tackle,
Mm-hmm.
his feet is the only thing I question because he got the strength. He's strong enough. He just can't. I don't trust. See, the thing is, why I love Guyton more than Awesome. You need some athleticism at the left tackle.
Yeah.
So, like, you may have the strength. Oh, but wait till you go against Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett know how to speed turn around you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's gonna look even worse if you can't get hands on him. That's why Awesome they try to move him to guard because he got that strength like that.
Yeah. Yeah. But see, he got his in 1 year though. He wasn't strong like that year one.
Right. And that's why everybody gets so high on Duke.
Yeah. Because Oscar came back way stronger, bro. And everybody was saying that's what he needed to work on. It was almost like the exact identical talk of Tyler Guyton. Everybody was saying, what? He needs to get his strength. Shit. Oscar came back year 2. You could see it.
Yeah, sometimes
it gives me hope. It gives me a whole lot of hope in Tyler Guyton, though. It gives me a whole lot.
I'm everyone just need to wait and see. Because like there's a lot of factors we keep ignoring. I know I don't want to poo-poo on the previous regime. Not running the ball hurt the left tackle. Yeah. Then not only did your head coach or OC decide to pass the ball, they didn't commit any extra help when they known their rookie was over there dying. I didn't see any chips. I didn't see any lining up the tight end to widen the splits of the defensive end to help them out. I didn't see any of that. They left their tackles on islands too many times, and we got to take that into account. How can we fix that?
They did. The development was bad.
The development was bad, and then I didn't like Solari because I knew it was Solari. I noticed it. Look, when y'all playing online and you a rookie, you immediately go to your higher up. Your seniority. I'm a tackle. I'm gonna look to Terrence Steele how to fix this. If Terrence Steele is losing, see, Steele is a vet. And he knows how to, immediately take what he's learning from the coach. He's played better. If we're both losing inside the exact same way, like we both losing inside, getting beat by spin moves, now we got to look at the coach. We have to look at the coach.
And see, Lou, you jumping into something I've been saying a long time.
Yeah, it shouldn't be the Bible.
You know more. Okay. He getting excited because he started reading from the verse of Boss. The book of Boss. So what he talking about is basically the way that I look at it is if an individual is messing up, you look at that individual. But if the group is messing up, you look at the coach. And so to your point, see, remember Philman was looked at like the old guy. Remember? He was looked at as the old guy. But let's be honest, Steele was looking real good under Philman, bro. And I remember you and the OC when Solari took over, y'all was looking at Steele technique, not even just the knee. It was like his technique different, bro. Y'all was both like digging it, like,
I'm talking about like the defensive end is tight. When I say he's tight, I mean like he's right there. Like you're lined up and the defensive end is like right. He's close to you. Far is he far? But I'm saying he's tight. Okay, if the guy is tight, you match your set off the distance from the end. If you're doing a big ass kick and the guy is tight, you naturally create the B gap gets larger. And defensive ends, especially if the play gives them a two-way goal, which means they can go inside or outside, they're licking their chops because this is basketball to them now. We just crossing them up because we trying to get to the quarterback. But if you're doing that routinely, I'm like the coach. I'm calling out, hey man, hey, he's tight. So just sit there, pat your feet. You know what I'm saying? You're oversetting them. Stop oversetting them. Because the quickest route to the quarterback is the what? A gap. What's the second quickest route? B gap. Why are we giving these guys the B gap?
Right, nah. You're never supposed to give up the inside. Ever.
You make them run the horn. Because you know why? That's all quarterbacks are trained to do.
Yeah, step up.
When you see all these drills are what?
Step up.
Stepping up. Because that's what
every now and then they'll simulate a rollout. But that's if the play calls for it. Yeah, but usually also what's in the feet and everything is stepping up.
Because when you step up, and I had a quarterback on, on my show. He said this: you step up because you still have your feet to make the throw.
Right.
When a quarterback is rattled and he no longer has his feet, now that's when the ball is inaccurate, overthrown, or short.
Or you missed that timing.
You missed the timing completely. The window is gone.
The window is gone. And we saw that a lot when we was looking at Bateman.
Right. The window is gone. You know what I'm saying?
Like Lamar kept, escaping the pocket too early, kind of getting antsy, and Bateman was he left at least 500 yards that Bateman easily. Then he said Brada said he prefers guard. Awesome need to play wherever he can get on the field.
Yeah, he did it.
Oh wait, and they saying that Awesome preferred playing guard?
I can see it.
I wouldn't.
Like you get more money playing tackle.
Yeah, and then
I know that, but like
Tyler Guyton in front of you.
I know, but like sometimes you got to be self-aware.
Shit, there's a scenario where hell he could be your left tackle and Tyler Guyton could be your right tackle, especially if they don't want to pay Terrence Steele his contract going down the line.
That's far down though.
Yeah.
I mean, how far down? Like
2 years. I mean, in order for them to do that, Terrence still got to go. And then, I wanted, part of my thing, I go back to the draft. I did want a left tackle, and I was gonna kick Tyler to right tackle, not from the overtake, but to compete. Because what people don't understand is his problems don't go away just because he go back and play in a familiar position.
Yeah, right.
Because I told you who was over there. If you go over there, you actually see more competition.
It was worse.
Young rookie, you got it good. You know what I'm saying? This year, they actually, you know what I'm saying? You didn't see TJ Watt. TJ Watt would have tore that ass up.
I think we're panicking though on Tyler Guyton. I do. I think
we
we're
are.
panicking.
It's a tad bit.
I think most people, it's almost like DT. It's like tackle takes a little while to cook. I think DT takes longer, but tackle takes time too. Like people forgot that Tyron Smith and also Tyler Smith struggled as a rookie. Now Tyler Smith, I would argue, played better, right?
Played great outside of the penalties.
Yeah, and the sacks.
He did get Dak Prescott hand broke week 1.
Yeah. So I would say he played better, but he's something that Tyler Guyton wasn't yet, and that's just raw strong. So
he got the right problems. I'll say that, y'all. He got the right problems. I'd rather my guy not be strong because you can always get strong. You can't fixing agility, even as a skill, guys. That's hard, man. Like getting your burst back, you can do it. But I as a big guy,
you got to commit to a lot of agility work.
Getting stronger, I feel like it's easier for me. Eat some peanut butter, leave every day with your arms feeling like noodles. If your arms feel like noodles every day, you getting stronger. You breaking them muscles down. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. I think it's easier.
And you talking that big man talk. Cornerback, it ain't that easy.
Yeah, I know. I feel
Get strong is easy.
Like shit.
Big dudes be talking, and big dudes get strong. I just eat me.
We love eating. Y'all don't like to eat,
That's all y'all got to do to throw weight. That's just a piece of some peanut butter, really.
Man, go throw some weight and eat a steak and some eggs.
The more mass you have, though, the more weight you can move. So he ain't lying. Like from a scientific perspective.
I just say, I ain't heard it like that. Peanut butter, just throw some weight like that.
Hey, no, when a coach told me to get bigger,
it ain't no A, B, none of that. It's one. You look over there, you see one. You look over here, you see another one. So do what you got to do with that. We both ones. Yeah. It ain't no A, B, none of that. It's one. You look over there, you see one. You look over here, you see another one. So do what you got to do with that.
I love it. I love it. Cause listen, he ain't lying. Cause this is the thing I gotta say about George Pickens. Is he the same caliber All Pro that did he get all those accolades like CeeDee Lamb did in Pittsburgh? No, but he was still the lead dog over there. He still went up against the best of the best week in and week out. He saw Sauce Gardner. He saw Pat Surtain. We had Trayvon Diggs play him at times, right? So he played number one corners, when he was lined up there. And when he played them, he still produced. This man had a season where he went over 1,100 yards. No other weapons to take the stress off of him. Subpar quarterback play. Matter of fact, I know this is not hyperbolic, but this.
Dang.
I hate his Wi-Fi. He happens every time he cook it. Every time. Say it again.
I think he back. You come. Say
I think I'm back. I said, man, Dak Prescott might be the best quarterback that George Pickens has played with his entire life, from high school up. You got to think about who he played with. Stetson Bennett in Georgia. Like, he played with Stetson Bennett. He played with Kenny Pickett, who is a career backup quarterback. He played, what's the boy that got his head busted in with the helmet by Myles Garrett? Mason Rudolph. He played with Mason Rudolph. He most known for getting concussion from a helmet than he is for throwing passes, right? He played with the Ghost. Like, listen, this version of Russell Wilson is known as Sierra Husband. He is known as Sierra Husband.
Oh, man, God.
He ain't known as an all-pro quarterback. God. Like, listen, Father Time is undefeated. He is a great quarterback. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame when he hangs it up. He is not that tier quarterback anymore. He got Russell Wilson at the back end of his career. So Dak Prescott, a year removed from finishing second in MVP voting, a quarterback that is top 10 all time in career completion percentage, passer rating, touchdown interception ratio, and is the Dallas Cowboys all-time leader already in career completion percentage, is going to be throwing George Pickens the football. So I expect George Pickens to be able to go in here and produce. And listen, are you going to put your number one corner on CeeDee Lamb, or are you going to put it on George Pickens? And either way, like, you can choose, or you can be different. I'm going to put him on George Pickens and double team. You're still going to lose. You're still going to lose because he's that kind of playmaker. Down the field vertically, he's that kind of playmaker. In the slot between the numbers, you cannot guard CeeDee Lamb. So this is a good problem to have, people. I'm excited to see how the Dallas Cowboys utilize these guys, man.
I'm excited to have that attitude back, man. Just imagine if we got, and I know the timelines didn't allow it. What if we had Dez with CeeDee Lamb? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's a Cowboys fantasy, and that's who we. But just imagine the dog mentality of when the ball is in the air, I'm gonna catch it, and then with a CeeDee Lamb is like, hey, no matter where I'm gonna line up, I'm a cookie. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're right. This is the best quarterback that he's ever played with. I think we're gonna give so many teams fits. It's not gonna be a matter of a number one corner versus a number two. It's gonna be a matter of the physical corner versus the finesse corner, the bigger corner versus the smaller corner. Because I feel like like he's gonna give a lot of teams problems that they're gonna have. It's gonna have to play them type of games with him, because he's gonna be able to, as a deep threat receiver, the way he's able to, create separations at the last minute when the ball is in the air is his. You're gonna need a dog to go against him. You can't have a little pup with him. Even when somebody's having a bad game, just the thought in our mind, we can go, okay, let's try him. You know what I'm saying? Let's try him, because we know that teams ain't built. There's only rare teams that built to cover both sides like this. And then, like, I can't wait as a run game standpoint. You're gonna have to keep two on the roof. You're gonna have to keep two on the roof. You know what I'm saying? And we may even, he's gonna be a great blocker. We may pull teams out of they dime package, or they may have to go in a dime. So if they gonna get small on the field with us, and we get a Nick Chubb,
he still run football, yeah. Cause a lot of folks only look at it, in inverse. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna run the ball, and we're gonna get the one-on-ones on the outside. Like, dog, if you got them gangsters on the outside, like Lou's saying, you're gonna have to stay in some iteration of a too-high shell, whether it be cover 2, Tampa 2, cover 4. You're scared to death of leaving no guys out there on the island by themselves. And in turn, you're gonna always, for the most part, get light boxes you can run against. Like, listen, I know you ain't a fan of Jaden Blue, but if Jaden Blue get enough carries, get a light box, he might hit his head on the goalpost with one. Like, those are the kind of chess games you got to play out there when you have weapons like that.
So, y'all know I gotta be this guy.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta be this guy. What could go wrong?
Anything can go wrong. We can go down a list, because they're all kind of variables. One, George Pickens could be disgruntled. He might be a locker room cancer, like everybody says.
Now, how could that happen? So you starting to go down a thing we got to watch for.
How could the targets?
The up top pinning them against each other.
Yep. And that what you just said, Lou, right? So because we gotta prepare the fans for some of this, because some of this stuff gonna happen. Now
possibly.
Now some of this stuff going to happen. Some of it. That's why I said some of it. What's going to happen is they're gonna take anything that Pickens does and they're gonna amplify, bro. They're gonna amplify even when it's just normal.
Oh, you talk about the media?
Yo, yeah.
Oh, they can't wait. I already been seeing it. That's why it's been so annoying.
It's gonna be bad.
They waiting. That's why they saying, we can't go wrong. I'm like, dog, Jesus Christ, y'all love y'all job too much.
Exactly. We can't go wrong. It's just like they waiting on a human moment. So that's the media though, and what.
And I don't think he a problem. I think he just misunderstood.
It could be that. It definitely could be that, but they gonna amplify it anyway. But what I'm thinking about is the Dallas Cowboys could also lose their balance because of this too. They can start trying to put it too much on Dak. That's what could go wrong.
That's my biggest fear as well.
That's my fear of this is because it's like you trusting Jerry and Steven to have 2 Lamborghinis and not try to drive them.
I trust Shotty to do the right thing because when he had
time, I ain't say Shotty.
I'm talking about. Listen, if Shotty is the person you say he is, he gonna hold his nuts.
He gonna have to.
And he gonna hold his nuts. I have no issues with this.
And he gonna have to do it the whole season too.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
No one conversation type fight. They gonna fight this the whole season.
If he was willing to fight with Pete Carroll, I'm sure he's willing to fight with them. Pete Carroll was a much more hard-nosed. I got to do it my way than anybody.
If he do that, and we somehow get to the NFC Championship game, I'm ready to put him already up there as one of the top coaches in Cowboys history.
If
he gets this team to the NFC Championship game.
No. This is what I mean. If George Pickens truly go off and CD Lamb, because y'all already know. Let's be for real. Let's pin the X's and O's back. They ain't released the guy's number yet. Why? Mm-hmm. Because they know as soon as they release the number, the stores are finna go crazy. And if he's actually cooking this year, now the 8 jersey, and he can't get 14. I'll make whoever got 14 come up off 14. But whoever got whatever jersey,
Marquise Bell has 14.
Actually, I'll make Tober come off 1. That's just me. But I'll make him. Hell yeah! You know, 1 is a dog number. Like, come on now.
That is, but
that's a dog
the
number.
The dude on a 1-year contract that can't really say much to me. I don't even know I want you.
You know what I'm saying? So if they can go off and, like, you know, Steven, as soon as they see the money they can make, and he somehow manages that, keep this in line, and gets into an NFC Championship game, yeah, boy, he up there for me, because I've never ever seen a coach.
See, think about what Philly did. Philly got AJ, and
Devontae,
and they was not earning that thing out. And when they was, the fans, the coach, and everybody told Kellen to stop.
Yeah, they had a team meeting.
I don't think Dallas fans wired like that though.
We'll give in.
I think we sugary as hell. I think we gonna be like, throw that hoe, throw it. Even though Dak, when he is boring, and he's not boring. This is not boring. I just say boring Dak is the 25 to 30 pack. That's the best Dak, y'all. That's when Dak be killing. When you got Dak in balance, man, Dak be smoking.
Because y'all don't remember, bro. That Dak, he'll y'all look up in the second quarter, going in the third, and he's 16 for 16.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
16 for 16, that was scary. That he had a prime Steelers team shaking in their boots.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that was an efficient Dak.
See, because we got all kind of stuff that's already built into the psyche of our fans, like R2P2. Like, we got people that really believe if you run on first down, you run on second down, you go punt on third down. I mean, you go pass, then you go punt. R2P2, right? Run, pass, punt. And so to them, running is like, and that's really what works. That's when Dak be smoking. And see, that's why I asked, what could go wrong?
Well, there's a lot of things that can go wrong, but, you know, we also have an archetype, though, for how it can work. Like, you look at the Detroit Lions and what they do. When you talk about a run game and still being able to have 2,000-yard wide receivers, it's not really about the pass attempts, but when you do pass the ball, I'm not running the ball just for my health. Yeah, I'm trying to get yardage, but I'm also trying to set up the shot play.
Yeah.
And you know, that is actually what Shotty's calling card is the downfield chunk plays. If you go back and you take a look at what Seattle did 2018, 19, and 2020, there's a reason why Tyler Lockett went from a 500-yard wide receiver to a 1,000-yard wide receiver with Brian Schottenheimer. It wasn't because he just turned a switch and, you know, just became a better player. They were targeting him down the field. So, you know, that's why I think a guy like George Pickens will work in this offense, because you don't necessarily need, a ton of targets or catches to get to 1,000 yards or more if you are the vertical threat in the offense. Just, for example, I brought up the Detroit Lions. Look at Jameson Williams. He went for over 1,000 yards on like 56 catches because they are pushing the ball down the field when they target him. Same thing, and that's how you were able to still keep him happy along with Amon-Ra St. Brown, because it's a similar relationship when you look at Amon-Ra St. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Jameson Williams, and George Pickens. Both of them do different things. Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to attack you in the slot. He's your slot guy. He's the guy that's going to move the chains. He's the guy you're going to get the ball to between the numbers. When you trying to take the top off, that's when they throw to Jameson Williams. And that would be the calling card for George Pickens in this offense because of his size and his strength vertically. And that's how you supposed to listen.
That's how you supposed to.
I
just hope they do.
But the thing is, I think
we talking about the influence though. See,
I know. But
it's
like
influence, y'all see, because it's common sense and then it's influenced by Jerry and them, bro.
I know, but it's two coaches are preaching the exact same thing. They are online. That's why I sent you Clayton Adams interview.
The message is coming out right.
Yeah, like
I'm always keep my eye on that front office. I love the fact that the alignment is with the coaches. I agree with y'all. And for the first time we align.
Like completely.
Yeah, we ain't been this aligned in years, right? We ain't been this aligned in years. So we aligned offensively. I just not sold yet that we're aligned from front office to coaches. So, because and this is what I mean by that. The way we're currently built right now, we are built to make it about Dak. If you don't
haven't invested in the running back,
and they haven't invested in the one tech, the two sides that they say you got to do. You say you got to be able to run the ball, stop the run. They have not invested in either one of them adequate. So this is making it about Dak. This is like, we paid you. We not putting nothing else into this. We ain't putting a running back behind you. It's on you.
And we ain't gonna see it until like in the common games. You don't see this until the Nick in the gritty. Like when and we're gonna see it this year. The big game, we got so many big games this year, but you're gonna see it. Like I feel like it's too many people that are saying, "Oh, we finna, run the score up, and then we're gonna pin our ears back and rush the pass it." Y'all, we was doing that when we was in 12-5, and the same thing happens. And Coach Marvin preaching it. But when the same thing happened, we get up on certain teams, but certain teams ain't gonna let you get up. So they're gonna keep it within a good amount, so they can continue to punch on your weakness. Right. So when a team gets ugly, you can't get more finesse. You got to get ugly with them. That's why I keep telling y'all, like when they change the terrain of the fight, it's like you playing Mortal Kombat. You get kicked through the wall. You can throw all them punches you want from the terrain we've been throwing it at, but he didn't kick your ass through the wall. So we got to fight in the muddy gruddy now. We got to. You cannot beat a running team passing the ball. You have to run the ball also, because he's attacking your gut and you're still going for headshots.
Yeah.
You're praying for the knockout. Yeah. That's what I said. We can't be Mike Tyson. And you're praying for the knockout, but his chin, he can take it.
That's right.
So you got to go for the gut now.
See, people don't believe that we could be the Bengals. People got to think about that. It's possible to be the Bengals.
It's very easy to be the Bengals.
Very easy.
Where you exciting but you lose.
Or the Vikings.
Right.
Well, I'll say this, because remember, there's also a lot of chance that goes to it when you try to play with the lead. Do you remember what happened in 2021 when we played the 49ers? They got the ball first. They slid right down the field and scored. They played with the lead the rest of the game. The same thing happened when we played the Green Bay Packers. They got the opening kickoff. They went down the field and they scored. So even if you went down there, remember this: your play calling is slightly different if you're tied, playing from behind, or playing with a lead. It's always slightly different. We played from behind the entirety of both those playoff games, and we never got the actual chance to play within our strengths. So there's a lot of even chance going into that. That's not a viable way to win.
You know why it changes? Because that's bad coaching if your play calling changes when you're down, up, and tired. You know why it changed? Just like Tyler Guyton, you didn't have confidence in your plays because you ain't ran it all year.
That's very true, though.
If you ain't ran the ball all year, are you gonna trust it now versus a number one defense when they look at you dead in your face and they are stout? Even the corners are coming up in the run fits. No. So this is why it's important for you to be balanced all year. This is why I be trying to. Let me tell y'all real football. Let me give y'all a little secret. A lot of coaches don't show you your real hand for all 16 games. They'll throw a game before they show your real hand. I'm being honest with you. Yeah. They'll throw a. I'm gonna say it one more time. They will throw a game before they show you your real hand because they know at the end of the day it's about keeping their job and winning when it matters most. Right. So that's when they'll reveal your hand to you. Some people, and that's what I'll be trying to tell you. When I see something, we gotta fix it right then and there because when it become a tendency, you're going to see it again. You know what I'm saying? Like so. Teams knew you couldn't stop the run even when you was beating their ass. Be honest with you. But the good teams, they exposed it early. And when you played them again in the playoffs, they opened their whole can of whoop ass on your ass. Because they knew it, because they kept that film right there. They kept them clips and they kept them stored for a rainy day. So it's important you can't show your whole hand like that.
Right. Well, generation to generation, he said, I like Henry showed how Tyler Lockett numbers improved under Shoddy, so Shoddy can do both run and pass, be balanced. Yeah, that's what I definitely want them to do. We got the super chat. He said Dallas versus Seattle. In Seattle with Romo, with Murray was getting dirty and physical with a dirty physical team. Yeah, we put it on the offensive line that game, Dwayne. Yep.
And we won
that game.
Oh, I thought you talking
about them boys.
I'm blanking.
That was Green Bay.
I'm talking about the one where Romo fumbled the snap.
Oh, that's a long time.
That's a long time. Yeah. Wasn't that the versus Seattle too? That's what I'm talking about. Like
versus Seattle.
That was versus
Russell Wilson wasn't even there.
Yeah.
That's how long ago that was.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And see, that's what I want to see. What Dwayne Moore is talking about. I want to see us get behind that offensive line. I don't want us to get behind Dak. I don't. I want us to get behind the offensive line bad.
But you're gonna have to go. You got to do something different at running back if that's the case. Because last time I checked, they did at least invest in DeMarco Murray. He was a top 100 pick.
Yeah, and I agree. And I don't think you necessarily have to because McFadden did really good the year after. He did really good.
I'm talking about. I don't look at stuff that happened when we were getting our ass kicked. Like I passed that from my mind. I'm talking about playing winning football.
Well, I don't do that. I don't pass it from my mind because my point is that you and even when
and even then McFadden was a former first round pick.
But we was winning even when Zeke was having slow starts. Zeke started slow, remember?
2016.
Yeah, he started slow.
His first game was slow. He got it together by the second.
He got benched. No, he got benched second game. He picked it up his third game versus Chicago.
I don't
1,000% positive. Because we should have won that game versus New York. It was 2 drops by Cole Beasley and Dez for touchdowns. And then that's when Terrence
he didn't get out of bounds at time.
Right. So and then the next game was Washington in Washington. I remember that.
We won.
And Zeke fumbled and we pulled him and we played Morris. And we got behind Morris, not even Zeke, and we still won. You know what I'm saying? So my point is I do believe another level running back will help, but I think the offensive line is the engine of it.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that
because also in that Seattle game, it wasn't Murray that got off either.
What Seattle game? So the one we won back in 2014.
Randall was the first one to go off on them. The backup. And matter of fact, he had a higher average than Murray. He had a high average. You know.
We know our calling card is going to be passing the ball, but why we're no? I'm saying no. I'm just.
You didn't build a team to run the ball, dog.
I'm gonna say this. I'm still going back. I'm gonna bring it back. Let me show you. The reason why we don't need just a guy, to lead this off, and why a committee, just a right stable, like DMV say, a good stable would do. We know our calling card is going to be passing the ball. So what you want to do is hide that as long as you can, even in the big games. if you know you want to pull the defense to a 1 high, we need to be able to gut punch them in order to pull them or to even make them think twice. You know what I'm saying? So like,
and that's what Henny was saying earlier. Detroit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, well, you know, Detroit got like, okay,
they got a committee, but it's a gangster committee. But
before what made them a gangster committee? I'm gonna be honest with you. David Montgomery wasn't doing nothing in Chicago.
He was 1,000-yard rush.
He was 1,000. He'll get you. You know, he'll fall forward, but he's even better. He's even more dangerous behind that offensive line.
Yeah, he's nice behind that.
He's even more like now instead of him getting hit behind the line of scrimmage, you hitting him at 2 yards. 2 yards.
Going, man.
You know what I'm saying? 2 yards.
That's exactly what Chubb would be with us.
And he's falling forward. That's an automatic. We get inside the 5-yard line.
Chubb will be that, but better.
And that's what Clayton Adams want to do. Clayton Adams said he wants
based on our front. The same.
I'm gonna say it ain't based on Chubb.
Chubb would do better than get David Montgomery. I bet he would.
Yes,
I bet he would. I'm not saying Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm saying
fresh up a foot injury after back-to-back injuries to his lower body. So him.
Saquon had injuries too.
Man, he didn't have injury like that. Saquon didn't have that.
We're gonna save it for the
Christian McCaffrey had injuries too.
We're gonna save it for the film on Thursday, man.
Man,
I just don't understand you, Henry. Like, why shoot?
He didn't do shit.
No, listen. Why shoot down improvement though? Like, why?
He's better. I want better than y'all.
I want better than what we have first.
Man, y'all up here want a marginal improvement when we need to be trying to swing for the fences. That's a marginal. It's a marginal improvement.
Who's he marginal better than that?
About everybody in this room.
You can't. So Javonte Williams ain't healthy.
What's wrong with Javonte Williams right now?
Right now, he's a power back, but he's not going to be a guy that can fall forward. Like he said, he had questions about his vision, which is very important in the gap scheme. We're not running zone. We're running a little bit of zone, but we're going to be mainly running gap scheme run. So you're going to need vision.
But we'll get it running back on the film, man.
He don't have the body.
I'm just saying, y'all oohing and over 22 yards. So I don't know, man.
It's because first of all, why y'all acting like their offensive line wasn't terrible?
It is bad.
And they had 3 injuries on their offensive line. We saw guys on there that was literally collected. I
saw him trip over his feet when he had him.
And that was early. We all
and he was coming off injury.
We kept it honest on that, but we also saw him getting better. We also saw the vision. We also saw he was working with nothing and making it happen. We saw anticipation, and this is the most important thing. Like, it's not crazy to think that this great improvement in offensive line wouldn't be a perfect fit for him. That's why I always brought up McFadden. I know you said you block out production on losing teams. I didn't do that. So when I look at McFadden, when he was running behind Zach Martin and them boys, and he didn't never look like that until he had a front. So if you get a former great like Chubb behind this new front, you gotta envision it. It's not, you can't look at him as a vacuum like he only had 22. We started that film session off with you saying, let's not just look at Chubb and the front. We started it with that we never look at running backs alone. We look at their front and how they create out there. But if you give him push like what Montgomery had, I definitely believe Lou is right. He gonna do better than what Montgomery did. We're gonna do a real film down.
Y'all gonna listen.
I'll call him Wash.
I'm not calling him Wash. I'm just saying y'all have to use your imagination for all this. So that's fine.
Would Derrick Henry work behind his line?
You sometimes do. Like, it would have took imagination for Saquon.
It would.
It wouldn't have, because he had a lot of production.
No, because
just some injury wise, like health.
You still would say it's imagination. If he can stay healthy, he can do X. That's imagination. Yeah. With and a lot of that is that, like, we doing that with Pickens. Ain't we doing that with Pickens? Imagine him if he did that on number 1s. What he gonna do against number 2s? We use
imagine him with that.
It's not really imagination. I just seen him. I just seen him go for 900 yards.
Whole shit away.
Did I just see him go for 900 yards as a number 1? And I asked him to play in a reduced role?
But I'm just saying, though, you still using your imagination. True or false? When you make the statement, if he did this on number 1s, what he gonna do against number 2s? Isn't that not using your imagination?
Well, him doing something that's less difficult.
I'm just asking, is it using your imagination?
Not really.
So this wouldn't be less difficult.
Yeah, you got a better line. It's less difficult.
You and me seeing DeJuan Jones literally stand up and be a blob, a cone on a national football stage. I saw that with my own. This man was just like this, getting pushed in the back by the D lineman.
DeJuan Jones plays.
Hold on real quick, Demetrius. I see you be hating on the Chubb out there, bro. We not over here asking for no $10 million player. We talking about a $3 million player with $1 million cap hit, bro. A $3 million player with probably $1 million cap hit, bro. You bring something that, especially when you ain't got that element in your backfield. Why y'all be like really trying to fight for Jerry Neal money like that?
I don't care. I want them to spend more money. This is so we know what's out of here.
And so that's what I'm saying.
I want them to spend more.
That's why I don't get fight Chubb at all, because we talking about a very low cost. And we talking about a minimum risk of potential upside. Now, and let's say
I'm trying to spend Jerry money.
Let's say if Demetrius just right and he fall off a cliff, what you lose $1 million in cap?
We don't wait. F that. We don't lose anything. This is not our money.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, why we be over here like hating people that could potentially improve us? Like, it don't make sense to me.
That kind of thinking.
And I know you want better, but stop shooting stuff that's better. You want better, but you shooting better.
What do you mean I'm shooting better? Ain't nobody died yet.
So why was you shooting down? Hold on. So why was you shooting down? Why you didn't shoot down? Why you didn't shoot down Keenan Allen and Amari Cooper if you wanted George Pickens the entire time? Or you didn't know you wanted George Pickens?
George Pickens wasn't my first choice.
Who was your first choice?
It was Rashad Bateman. After I watched the film on it.
But I'm saying, like, before we got deep into the film, and we knew the guys that we knew we weren't gonna get, and you would have, of all the positions, I think you would want to be bougie at receiver, right?
Yeah.
So why you didn't shoot down the old Amari Cooper idea or the Keenan Allen idea?
Because they were available. First and foremost, available. He said, "Who? Hold on, you was listen. I hope
Demetrius, you better go watch the film. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Listen, while I'm arguing, while I'm arguing, don't put Demetrius up there because y'all gonna think I'm on his side.
I know. I'm not on his side. Use the rookie. Listen, bro.
I'm trying to get.
I ain't never seen people protect 56 rounders like Cowboy fans. I swear to God, they put bubble wrap around them. Don't you touch the rookies? Don't you bring nobody in here to compete with them?
No, Demetrius, hold on, Demetrius. Hold on. Can I stop real quick? Demetrius, what in the living hell are you saying right now? I'm sorry. What are you saying right now? You are saying that Chubb is not better than a 5th and a 6th round, 7th round running back?
He's better than them. We ain't gonna even play like that. But I want better.
But Head, I want to put this out though. You be putting keys in these boys back, bro.
The
first thing you do is you put a bullet in them, bro. We need to shake hands first. The first thing you do is when we bring up Chubb is you put a bullet in them because you want better. And what they doing is they taking your energy of wanting better and is making them feel like he ain't shit. That's what's happening, bro. Because just shake the hand first. Can you at least start off and say, hey, Chubb is better than what we got, and he'll be a supplement. We looking for him to be 1A. Can we shake hands first?
Yeah, to say
straight bullets.
I'm hungry.
Okay.
I appreciate the snack, but I still want a meal.
Right.
I am not trying to shit on Nick Chubb. This is my first cuss word, by the way. But I'm not trying to defecate on the Nick Chubb signing. I just want better. When I went looking for a running back, I was looking for a 3-down back that I could feature so I can trust them to run the football. Those are my intentions. Y'all the main one talking about y'all don't want this offense to be led by Dak, but I need something more than this current version of Nick Chubb so I can ensure that if they actually had a big investment at the running back position, they will get the football. When you spend a first-round pick for CeeDee Lamb, I mean, not for CeeDee Lamb, but Ezekiel Elliott, that boy got over 300 carries out the gate, right? When you had DeMarco Murray and you had the investment of a top 100 pick there, he got all the carries in the world. So my thing is, if you're concerned about this being a pass-happy offense, them not being balanced, I think you should shoot a little bit higher for the running back you bring in. Now, Nick Chubb is better than what you have. So you have 2 unproven rookies, and nobody or their mama wanted Javonte Williams or Miles Sanders what they got on the team. So Nick Chubb is an improvement over what we have. Right, that is fine. If you sign him, he would be a good addition to the running back room. I'm not taking that away.
And we gonna be shooting other options out there this whole time before camp. We gonna be consistent on that. What I don't want you to do is shoot them down, because it's like you shooting Chubb, like you shooting down. It's like he's just an option. He's somebody that should come with it if you do nothing. Like. It's like if you gotta do it if you was thinking about just bringing these guys in. That's how I see Chubb. You see what I'm saying?
That boy Demetrius said blue equals SEC. That boy talking about an RB3.
He said, "Boss question, what would y'all do if the rookies actually do show up? Our defense actually play better than y'all think." I'm just saying we talk this and that, but we all don't know what the team would do. Yeah, so it depends on what rookies you're talking about. So let me put it like this. We bet on them rookies last year. What happened?
Nothing. Also, shout out Queso on my end. I didn't realize that was my super chat.
And then another thing, it's places where I would never bet on it because it's never happened. It's like I wouldn't bet on rookies to show up at DT because now I'm being crazy. And I'll be being crazy, Smoke, because it's never worked. Like, that's betting on hope. And that's also betting on insanity. That's like, if you keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result, that's literally the definition of insanity. We've never had a one tech work as a rookie. So what if it happened? I guess it's possible. I would be super ecstatic, but I don't think it would be in our best interest to actually think that's going to happen.
No, you know? I'll do one even better for you. It's not going to happen. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. Because y'all better get real quick. Because winter is here. You better see that damn schedule. Because y'all over here talking and doing the bare minimum for the bare minimum. But these teams we're playing are actual championship contenders. Are the championship contenders doing what we're doing? Right. Damn the hypotheticals. Let's see what's actually been done. Because I'm going to be honest with you, it's going to be real cool with Blue until he has to go up against them Chiefs linebackers. Or Chris Jones, and they hit it. They tag his ass one good time. It's gonna be real cool. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I know what they gonna do. I know what the Niners gonna do. I know what the Eagles gonna do. I know what the Bills gonna do. I know what all of them gonna do. See, the thing is, Cowboy Nation, this is why I say y'all are to blame for this. Y'all keep feeling this hope, and we're telling y'all this hope is going to sell you out every single time. Y'all prop y'all hopes up to the top of the skyscraper for it to fall flat on your face. Because no other team is doing this, and they ain't gonna have no sympathy for you when you're lying. Oh, he's just a fifth rounder. Oh, he's just undrafted. They gonna kill the kid regardless. My coach used to say that even if my little cousin is out there lined up against you, you kill his ass. That's what them teams gonna do. This is the National Football League. Nobody gonna feel sorry for you or nothing. This is not hypotheticals. No team full of rookies ever wins, ever. Get that out of your mind. Stop that, please. This is football. This is nothing else. It ain't working basketball. Stop.
So and then like I warned about depending on them DTs last year. It's like, when are we gonna start putting pressure on them to get us a vet when we need it?
Bro, I did a whole film breakdown on Isaiah Buggs, and one of them dudes in the comment box said, "Man, he a progress stopper." I said, "For who?" He said, "For Jay." You cannot be a progress stopper for a 7th-round pick. Like maybe a first, a second, or a third top 100 pick, you might be able to get in their way. There's no guarantee that Jay makes the team while we sit here trying to coddle him, right? Because there's Justin Rogers ahead of him, Denzel Jackson. There's no guarantee that he makes it. What if Tommy played better than him and he makes the team? So we cannot sit here and not improve our team just because we fell in love with a rookie draft pick we ain't never seen playing in the NFL before.
That's right.
Demetrius, you I'm gonna be honest with you, because you crazy right now. You are putting your hopes in a running back who didn't even get RB1 carries in college over a vet who may got bad knees. But you talking about somebody who didn't even get it in college. I could pull up his stats right now. That boy didn't even touch 400 carries in his career.
It was under 800 yards this year.
Under 800 yards. And you talking about SEC, he better than he couldn't handle 10 games in the NCAA, but he's supposed to handle 17 versus grown men.
He said Tyler Aguilar. I like
Algier.
Algier
I gotta look at him.
Atlanta Falcons. I haven't watched him. I
don't think he's a power back, man. I think that's wrong. That boy's a scat back because he was catching a lot of outside zones.
He said, Lou, you're doubting before they even play. I would stamp this if they actually play this. Their ass out, fam. We just can't say they're not going to do it when we don't know. It depends on the position. It really does. And that's where we gotta. All of us got money on that. Hold on, real quick. Real quick. All of us got to really look at and be honest on what the film says. That's the key to all of this. So when I looked at Blue, I just honestly don't see what a lot of people are saying. I don't see Dorsett. I don't see Christian McCaffrey. I don't see Young Zeke. I don't
see Gibbs.
I don't see Gibbs. I don't see all these comps that y'all been putting on this boy. I just don't. I'm just being honest on what I see. I see a guy that if you block it up, and this is what Lou says, Lou calls it a runway back. If it's blocked up,
airplane.
Airplane back. He'll hit his head on the goalpost. But if he got to create, I don't see the creativity in him. And I'm being honest. I feel like from the film, from me comparing, Dude's got more running back skills than Blue. Like somebody that can make you miss in space. Like that's you gotta. But the guy with the more home run speed is Blue. So now I'm not gonna go look at that. And then I also looked at him at Pass Pro. I told y'all the 4 games I looked at, his Pass Pro was bad. So I'm supposed to look at bad Pass Pro and compare that to Zeke?
No.
And then I'm supposed to hope in that? I'm not gonna hope in if I saw opposite.
I'd be more impressed with his receiving. Than anything.
Yeah, he can run a wheel route.
His receiving is like I liked it there, especially in that championship game. Like that playoff game, he was going crazy out there.
From Ohio State, yeah.
He
killed them. He killed them. Now I'm gonna tell you something for you. I can't doubt it. Why? We tried it last year. You got evidence. I'm a man of science. You do it once, you do it twice, and it don't work. That's law. You tried it with your rookie left tackle. What happened when he went up against Myles Garrett? You tried it with your rookie corner and Kalen Carson. What happened when he went up against the Ravens receiver? What's his name? I'm blanking on it. But I'm just letting you know right now.
Oh, that was Rashad Bateman.
It's all cookies and rainbows right now. But on Sunday, when you're going up against it, you yelling at your TV just like me. So
I'll say this, man. If they really all that, if them rookies all that, don't protect them. Bring in competition.
And the like who
protected Dak?
Nobody.
When he needed to beat out Choice, he beat him out. Period. When Romo got hurt and he needed to step. Matter of fact, what did they say to Dak? What did they say that they was gonna do with Dak? They say we go bring in Foles. Remember that, Henny?
Mm-hmm.
They said that they was gonna bring in Foles as a backup, and he came out there and shut all that up when he played the Rams. They said after that one game, we're no longer looking for a backup. Why? Dak
he balled.
He balled. He balled. Same thing with Bland. Like if nobody said, hey, Lewis, you gonna probably stop his progress. Let's kind of take it easy on Lewis because we need him to do that. Nah, Bland said, I don't give a damn about none of that. I'm here because I'm better than him, and I'm better than him now. And what did he do? He took that job. So I don't see why we against competition. So like, yes, maybe Maffa might be a killer. Maybe Blue might be a killer. Then why we afraid to bring in some competition for $1 million?
Man, you brought in Alfred Morris and you drafted Zeke as a top 5 pick.
Right. I don't see why we afraid of competition for the young bulls. So it's like, because if them young bulls pop off on tape in preseason, guess who gonna fight for it? You are. The fans.
You ain't protect linebackers either. Like you traded for Kenneth Murray.
Zeke came in. You got Alfred Moore. That boy ran through the face of Cam Chancellor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we should be for competition, not against it, bro.
Yeah, iron tough for iron. Y'all always say all these cliches till it's actually time to do it.
Exactly. Hey, I hate to do this, but it's time to fight.
I'm gonna sit this one out. I'm gonna let y'all box.
You gonna sit this one out?
I'm gonna let y'all box. I never seen y'all fight.
Oh damn.
I mean, he gonna join in a little bit. What?
I'm gonna kick my feet up. Got the
All right,
chair
now
right here.
we got to box him. This is a culture thing. And see, I'm gonna say this. I know I'm in a minority on this. Before we get into this fight, Lou already got the advantage on this. So let's get it. Let's go ahead and get it.
I do.
Yeah, you got the advantage. You got home field advantage easy. Everybody.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
So
For Luka on draft night. But he was ours. From day one, he brought us joy, hope, and he had that dog in him.
Bang! It's good! Doncic wins the game!
At just the age of 25, he's 5-time first-team All-NBA, led the league in scoring, second in points per game in the playoffs, took us to the Western Conference Finals twice, and the NBA Finals once. He's 25, Nico. He was Dallas, and Dallas was him. And the best part was, he was ours. But you said he's not good enough. You said he's too fat, and you said he's not a championship-winning player. Well, let me tell you a story about someone else who they thought wasn't a championship player.
It's so much damn blasphemy already. This clip done already went into full-fledged blasphemy. How dare you compare?
we're gonna have a great fight. We're gonna have a great fight.
We're
gonna have a great fight. We're gonna have a great fight.
I gotta go to the restroom real quick. Hold on.
I can't wait to
hurry up.
Pause it.
No, we
Nowitzki. And just like you're saying about Luka now, the entire world dogged him after his 2006 NBA.
That's a damn lie. In 2016, everybody know we got robbed. He did not get dogged. You liars for Luka. I'm gonna start calling y'all liars for Luka.
Finals lost. But we Mavs fans always had faith, because just like Luka, he was ours, Nico. With our belief in each other, Dirk brought us the toughest championship in NBA history.
That's true.
He even beat your players at Nike. Just like
That's true.
Like Luka's rings would have, Dirk's one title means more to us.
Luka's rings would have.
I mean, if he would have won last year, I think it would have been similar.
But I'm just what?
Look who he beat.
This gonna be easy.
5 rings would mean with any other NBA superstar.
If he would have, wait, let me.
Talking about last year, right?
But how we gonna sign a ring? He ain't earned it, and then
no, I said if he would have, it would have been similar.
He played no D.
See, this is
Luka,
where
D was horrible in that finals.
Boss. Did Dirk play defense? I'ma cook you because I don't think did Dirk play defense
better than Luka?
Dirk was tall. That's
NBA history. He even beat your players at Nike. Just like Luka's rings would have, Dirk's one title.
Who cooked Dirk in the finals? That's
Dirk
what I
plays a big. Let's not do this.
Who cooked him?
You cannot compare defensive assignments of a big to a damn guard.
I come back to this.
No, we're gonna come back to this. You cannot do that. You cannot.
I gotta fight. Listen, it's already getting spicy, man. Because Lou, he tripping already.
I ain't tripping. I'm
means more to us than 5 rings would mean with any other NBA superstar.
What'd he say? I'm trying to hear this blast.
He even beat your players at Nike. Just like Luka's rings would have, Dirk's
would have. Just like.
One title means more to us than 5 rings would mean with any other NBA.
Would have. How he assigned some rings he ain't even earned. Man, I swear this. The softness for Luka is just
NBA superstar. Because we all believed Luka was him. Nico, you took away the joy in our town, the heart of our city, and the face of Dallas.
What?
Until you're fired, I will never support this team again.
Oh, hell no. See, he went too far with that. He went too far. So until Nico is fired, he done supporting.
Well, I will never support this team again. Not because I don't love the Mavs, but because I do love the Mavs.
Nah, you don't love the Mavs. You don't love the Mavs. If you got to wait till Nico to get fired to support your team, you don't love your team. Shut up.
And the loyalty they used to represent. You may think you're the smartest person in the room, but there's one thing you'll never be. And that's ours.
All right, let the fight begin.
Okay. Yeah, Where do you want to start? Do you want to start from the Luka trade, or do you want to start with the after effects of him having the pick?
Well, I'll just kick it off and say it like this. I always felt like Nico should have been allowed to do his job. And I felt like, and I still feel like, at the end of the day, we both know that this is an owner decision and he was the hitman.
See, this is where I disagree. Just a tad bit. You're right. But
I'm all right if you agree.
Because I believe, I'm going to be honest with you, I think he was done for even going through with it. If I'm in that position with Nico and my boss come to me and say, trade my best player without consulting everybody, I would have said, listen, I quit, or you think about that decision right there. I would have threatened quitting. Because this is the thing. This is why he looks dumb. He's lucky that this thing was rigged, but he did commit career suicide off that. And you being a fall guy and they would have fired you from it, I guess this check behind the scenes must have been good. That's the only thing that can save you. But you would have never got a job ever again, nowhere else. So I think that's dumb on his point. I think you should have, the moment he came to you with that, and you hit him with a, listen, man, I'm threatening to resign. Straight up.
So I say this, man, this is where I disagree with you. Like, I feel like the fans just panicked. I think that's what really happened, and look at him being messy.
Yeah, I didn't know Lindlow was a Spurs fan.
He a Spurs fan, and we finna cook them. I don't even know why he ain't talking.
Nah, they got a bright future, I ain't gonna lie.
They ain't got nothing.
They can get Giannis, and they get Giannis. We are done. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I'm gonna say this though. I ain't gonna never say we done. But I say this. So with Nico, didn't he get booed? And didn't everybody say Kyrie was gonna be an epic failure?
They weren't lying. I'm be honest with you. You talking wrong, bro. They're not lying.
What you mean?
Kyrie is no longer a number one.
No, I'm saying in terms of helping your team get to.
Oh, you talking about before we got Kyrie?
Yeah, before we got Kyrie. Wasn't they slamming Nico for that?
I mean, that was.
No, I'm just asking. Just
you're right. The general public did slam him for that.
Yeah, and who ended up being right on that?
Listen.
No, I just
you're right. You're right. You're right. He ended up being right on that.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. So was it bold for him to do that? Because Kyrie was.
It wasn't bold.
Kyrie was
Kyrie Irving. It was Kyrie Irving, and you were on the hot seat. I'm gonna take you back. You were on the hot seat as an organization. I remember it because you just got rid of Kristaps Porzingis, and we were desperately trying to get Luka some help because we knew he could take us far. So you had to make a move, and you lost Brunson, and you needed a guard badly. Kyrie being on the block, we took a risk. It was a giant risk, and I'll give him 10 times out of 10 for it. It was a great risk. All you had to do
I'm saying it's a risk. It was bold because it was a
risk.
But
you had to do it, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you had to do it.
He didn't have to do it. He could have sat on his hands like the Cowboys do a lot.
He would have got fired.
Yeah, because Jerry Jones ain't going to fire himself. I'm just going to be mediating.
He would have got fired. He was on the hot seat. We were on the hot seat. You didn't have, like...
But see, he moved on from Porzingis, right? Who wasn't really taking us to the next level, right?
Correct.
Right, so then he said we go upgrade with Kyrie, right?
It was an upgrade for
and
sure.
It's a lot of people also.
It wasn't instant.
I ain't saying it was instant, but it was the move to get better. Was it true or false?
It took him too long. That's my thing. See, we're gonna go back up. See,
the thing is, 2 years.
No. It took more than that. Cause like, but you forgetting the time in between that. The rosters he had before he made that Kyrie trade, the rosters around Luka was trash. That's why everybody's pissed that you traded him. Because let's forget that 2021 season when we had Brunson. Shout out to Brunson, that was his coming on party. But the damn roster around Luka was absolute shit. We had MF and Davis Bertans being our big. MF and Dwight Powell. We had Maxi Kleber, and we took that team to the conference finals.
Who built it?
No. That wasn't a team. That was a piece of shit. That was a piece of shit right there. You weren't a person.
But I'm just saying, who you built? Like, okay,
you know, Lou, man, he just what I had.
That was a piece of shit team right there.
Who built the team to get to the finals?
No. He didn't build. That was not a team. That was a piece of shit. Now, I'm gonna tell you that right now because we were down 0-2 to the Suns, and it was one player who went off, and the reason why we ain't able to come out that bitch in Game 7. Absolutely, and I do.
Really? So
Reggie Bullock.
You go to
Reggie
game
Bullock was
7
on that
and
team.
you trash.
Tim Hardaway was on that team.
So you telling me?
We can go on right. Tim Hardaway was on that team.
So I don't even know what you're doing right now.
Dinwiddie was on that team.
So, let's just get down to it, man.
That was a
You really believe that no defense Luka was gonna win us a championship?
No defense Dirk won a championship. That's the thing. That's the thing what people understand. See the thing. See,
you showing your age when you insult Dirk like that. You can't do that, bro.
I will literally break it down.
Dirk, heart wise, was way more of a dog than Luka. Please don't.
He played big. He played big.
No, he played big. I don't understand how you a big man that talk about y'all don't get no credit, then you go diss the big man.
Well, because in basketball it's completely
different. Who was the leader of our squad? Dirk was the biggest dog probably ever in Dallas.
See,
Dirk was probably the biggest dog in the last 15 years, bro.
In Dallas?
In sports.
I agree with you on that, but, but you're not gonna lie and say
a whole lot, but that played way above himself. Don't you ever in your life put Dirk and Luke?
Wait,
hold on, boss. How I know he didn't play defense was the team they built around Dirk. So this is where you forget that team around Dirk was defense. Oh, you want to forget who was in the front court right beside Dirk?
Wait.
Who was in the front? Tyson Chandler, right? Tyson Chandler, who won what, Henny? What did he win that year? What did he win that year?
The year after was Defensive Player of the Year.
No, he won that year. He won that year. That was Defensive Player of the Year.
He won with New York.
No, he won with Dallas. He was a Defensive Player of the Year. That was we forget. Forget. Yeah, I swear to God, because that team around Dirk, we were defenders. People forget we had JJ Barrera, who was a two-way off the bench. People forget the guy who was hurt all year. Actually, your co-star, Caron Butler, was a two-way defender. Then you forget the unicorn that you had on defense in Sean Marion, who could stop anybody. Jason Kidd was a damn defender. So you're not gonna sit up here and tell me that the person who can defend was surrounded by defenders. He was surrounded by defenders.
We gotta talk and really talk about this, bro.
We gonna talk about. Come on,
okay. So
I remember them teams.
No, you don't, bro. Wait,
hold on. Wait.
No, wait. Hold on.
Sean Marion was a good defender. I think he got hyperbolic. He was hyperbolic when he said,
"Let's just put this shit in."
He was a great.
We gotta stop this bullshit, bro. Because listen, bro.
He was a great perimeter defender.
Yeah, he was, but. Okay, now let's talk about.
Was a great.
All right, let's talk about the matchups. The matchups is the key. So let's remember who the Mavericks had to go through, bro. They had to go through young OKC.
Yeah.
So you telling me that he was gonna be able to defend a young Durant? Are you saying that?
They didn't let Durant go on.
No, I'm just saying. They don't play defense. Okay, a young Harden and a young Westbrook. So would you go with his defense or their offense, bro? Come on now, keep it real, dog.
We're talking about basketball.
That's what I'm saying.
That was never the matchup. They don't play offense like they play today. Today, they attack the matchup. See, today, KD is looking for a Dirk and telling them come up to that damn top of the key and moving them.
Like you acting like Kareem Butler. And matter of fact, I think Butler was injured on that run.
I said he was hurt. He was hurt.
So why were we even bringing him up if he wasn't even kid in the championship? Man, your honor, strike him.
Sean Marion is the better defender. Sean Marion was your unicorn.
So Sean
and you had Jason Kidd, who was a great defender.
Oh, you serious, bro?
And first of all,
wait. I want to see if we actually seeing this. Are we watching you talk about OKC versus old ass Kid and Sean Merriman? Are we doing that?
It's easy when you have a anchor down low, literally protecting the paint. That's how you play. When you have that, all you need is a little bit of and some good. You had Tyson Chandler. I think he was averaging like 4 blocks that year. He was a defensive player of the year, boss. That's what happens. That's what happens. So Russ can't attack the rim. Harden can't attack the rim. All that shit is locked. It's locked. So
primarily plays zone anyway. So
you have you're underestimating that Sean Marion.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Tell me Sean Marion was not locked.
Okay, let me ask you what really got the. I'm gonna test your knowledge real quick. What really got the Mavericks to the finals?
To the finals?
To the finals? The bench.
And what did they do?
They were great. Like a great firepower. It was Jet
coming out.
They were shooting.
Yeah, 3-point shooting.
Yeah,
they set a record against the Lakers.
Right, they set a record. It was the shooting, bro. So it wasn't their defense. It was their offense, bro.
No, we
The
had
defense
the defense was also great.
Yo, the defense was great, but
defense.
I'm just saying though,
Look
man,
at-
it
but
was
who we
a
had to
offense
side-
though that we swept the Lakers because of offense, bro.
No, we swept them because of defense too. We were locking them up. You forget, Paul was in hell. Paul Gasol was in hell. Kobe couldn't see it. Let's not forget.
Mostly the shooting though, bro.
It was how I know it's defense. Who you facing in the finals?
Oh you
won.
hold on, bro. Wait. Yeah,
yes,
I know our D was nice, but what I'm saying is, what got us to the finals, it was our shooting.
Yes, yeah, I know. Peja Stojakovic came off the bench.
But
that's not how we won every series.
This is about Luka and Nico. So let me say this.
Oh, I just wanted to point out the fact that we can't. I don't like when people point out Luka's defense. And I told y'all when we literally built the team.
Luka, yeah, but we trying to talk about.
But I'm saying you literally built a team with no defense and Dirk around him. A no defense Dirk. Surround him with defense. You have a championship team.
Dirk? Who was blowing by Dirk like they was blowing by Luka? Who?
Like I said again, Dirk is a big.
So why? Okay, so what you're saying is nobody was blowing by Dirk. But
I'm saying their responsibilities are not the same.
All right, so then when you make it, then why you bringing up Dirk then? Like he
because I'm saying y'all saying
if you saying they not equivalent, why did you even bring them up?
Because they both were bad on defense. They both were bad on defense.
If one person is bad on defense,
and godly on offense.
Why can't you talk about where Luka Dirk was bad on defense? You say, oh, he's a big, so he just wasn't bad because he was big.
Because you can hide a big.
Hold a minute, because you were talking about him being blown by. Dirk Nowitzki's issue on defense was in the low post, right?
So who did him? Who killed him in the low post? Just name him.
And in that playoff run, they didn't really play anybody in the low post. They didn't play Tim Duncan.
Nope.
So why are we even making that equivalent? Is my point.
Because you said you brought up the defense.
So if Dirk is not being hurt by his defense, then why would you bring him up?
He was not hurt.
Okay, so personally, what both of y'all saying is Luka was you were supposed to be mediating.
I'm trying to mediate, but you're not letting me
talk. No, I want you to mediate.
Okay, then.
Cool.
So
because you mediating for him, you ain't mediating for me.
I'm trying to mediate for you.
You ain't doing it. No, you ain't. No.
You don't want me to talk.
You trying to mediate for him. So, but this is the deal. So Luka was the one getting blown by, not Dirk. That's what y'all saying. You said because he was big, he was. So you ain't had no reason to bring him up. So the only person that should be sitting there guilty of being blown by on his own individual D is Luka, without bringing up Dirk.
So why are you bringing up blown by like this is the only way to lose on defense? So you're being very particular.
I'm just saying. Period. Are y'all both saying Luka's a good defender?
No, I'm saying they're both. I'm saying both Dirk and Luka are bad defenders. Build the team around them to hide their weaknesses.
No, you can't. No, you can't build a team around. You can't build a team around somebody where they're attacking them at the shooting guard position. You can't do that. You can't build it because he's a liability there, bro.
You can definitely.
And their best players was going right at them, bro.
Oh, are you saying that's the reason why we lost the finals? You gonna?
Yeah.
You lost.
So being the worst team out of the two wasn't the reason.
Shooting 20% from the 3-point line wasn't the reason, huh?
So this is the deal.
Everybody averaging 12 points a game ain't the reason, huh?
No, it ain't.
Nobody. Let's be real. Nobody else showed up in that series.
Is this defense though? See, you trying to get away from that. You trying
because
to
at the end of the day, I understand.
You know what the problem is? You're not used to actually having stars play defense. That's your problem.
No, I'm saying
you ain't used to seeing that.
No.
No,
You ain't where y'all go wrong.
Wait.
No, this is where y'all go wrong.
That's your problem right there.
Who did Dirk
So this is the deal.
That's what I'm saying. This is my problem with y'all.
It's not even about Dirk D'ing up. It's about that y'all giving all these passes to Luka, who didn't do what he needed to do to be great.
You ain't give him time to be great.
What you mean? We gave him plenty of time. He had
25 years old. How old was Dirk when he won a championship?
And we had Dirk. The work ethic of Dirk had nothing. Listen,
that ain't got nothing to do with it. He'd have been the two.
Work ethic on the place. No, Dirk work ethic and Luka is totally different, bro. No, that's one of the biggest lies ever. To try to put Dirk work ethic on the level of Luka. I don't give a damn. What Dirk did was he worked hard, bro. And then you say you was mediating, you over here getting. I told you.
Because you're the only one lying.
Okay, so I just want you to be quiet, bro, because you said you weren't going to mediate. You said you sit back. I'm over here trying to have fights, and then I'm getting jumped again by your ass. Because, see, I can't even, because then when you jump in, you don't even do shit right, because you be talking over people. And I wasn't telling everybody. So All right, so I thought you was gonna sit back. You gonna sit back yet? You keep jumping in the shit. All right, so this is the deal though, and this is the worst part, is that Luka basically was coddled by Dallas fans. That's one of the major things that happened, is he was a coddled star. That's why he was able to show up after getting his ass whooped in the finals, show up out of shape, right? Where all of us who watch Grace know Grace don't do that. Like real Grace that really want it. How do you get your ass whooped in the finals and then show up in worse shape?
Shaq did it.
I don't give a damn that Shaq did it.
Shaq is a great.
But Shaq ain't do nothing without Kobe.
That's what your no basketball having owner got on.
No,
but uttered with his goofy ass mouth.
Then also, hold on real quick. Hold on. Then you gonna say Shaq did it? No. You say Shaq did it. Shaq ain't do shit without Kobe. Stop it. Stop.
Shaq was still great.
No, but Shaq didn't do no. He always needed another Batman with him, bro. He wasn't the captain of that. It was Kobe, young Kobe, bro. And then you gonna say Shaq did it. Shaq is one of the few sluggers that's ever accomplished it.
Actually,
hold on real quick, because he had a dog with him. So we'll talk about who didn't do it. Harden didn't do it. Your boy Barkley didn't do it. It's way more that didn't do it that did do it. And the reason why Shaq did do it is because he had a real dog with him. That's why he did it. Because when he was at Orlando, what did he do? What did he do when he was at Orlando? Nothing, dog. Stop.
So it's a team game, right? So what does it matter if he did it?
My thing is this. I think that's a myth.
Because see, Hanny, you jump in here and say it's a team game, but then when he said Shaq did it, you ain't say that shit, did you? See, you trying to be crooked. You crooked, bro. That's why I don't want you in this debate, bro. I want you to sit that. We put on the thumbnail, me and Lou, and you want to make it a jump fix.
I ain't disrespecting Shaq, y'all. I'm gonna
you are disrespecting.
I'm gonna shoot down because a lot of y'all basketball knowledge is nostalgia. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. See, the thing is, we have this magical field that we have around these greats, and acted like they were just dogs and cared about the game to the utmost degree, like this. This is what pisses me off.
Name a name.
I'll be honest.
You talking
see, I don't think no one cared about
greats. Name the greats, damn it.
I don't think nobody cared about the game more than Kareem and LeBron. I'm gonna be honest with you, because these are the only two players that played the 40. They played the 40. I'm gonna be honest with you. According to your standards, you can't drink beer. You can't do nothing else. Let me be honest with you.
Gamble all night and gamble.
They can't gamble, and the FBI get involved and smoke cigars. I'm gonna be honest with you, and you over here naming Charles Barkley in the same mouth as Luka is utterly.
Wait, you love Dirk? Dirk, you stay out of beer, drink, but Steve Nash.
People have vices. People have vices, though.
Wait, did you name MJ and Kobe? Did you skip them? Did I just see you skip MJ and Kobe?
I don't think. I'm just saying this. I seen you, MJ, Kobe, LeBron. Only one of them is last until they damn near 40 years old. You tell me who cared about their body more.
Well, hold on. Jordan did play in his 40s. He just took
Kareem played in his 40s too. It ain't no excuse because Kareem played in his 40s too. Earlier than Jordan. Earlier, might I add.
See,
a more premature.
That was a slippery attempt. That was a slippery attempt.
I'm just saying, y'all get it on.
No. Because you just talked about playing into your 40s as a sign of greatness. That's not the ultimate sign of greatness, bro.
I'm not saying that's a sign of greatness. I'm saying you're saying that these greats really cared about their body to the utmost degree.
All right, so
hold on, boss, because you literally be getting on Luka how he be drinking beers and everything like that.
Yeah, it's all of it. It's not even just.
It's not all of it. Y'all are not.
Let me just give you some history, bro. And this is where you should know me.
Vince Carter did it.
This is where you should know me by now, bro. All right, so. This is the difference between me and you. I've actually lived some of these eras, bro. So I was watching when Detroit manhandled Jordan and what he had to do to get over the hump. So just hear me out. So when Detroit took out Chicago, they did it because of physicality, okay? So what MJ did, which is opposite of Luka, is after he got his ass whooped, he gained 20 pounds of muscle and came back and took them out the following year with no additions, dog. And you can see the weight room was the reason. So if I watch Jordan do what he had to do to get over the hump, and then I go watch Luka come back out of shape, getting hurt, his defense didn't improve, still top in the league in techs, where you sitting there arguing with the refs when everybody else getting back on D, bro, I do understand why people are saying I don't feel like you can lead my team, especially when I saw greats do it.
First of all, why are we comparing Luka to MJ in the first place?
I mean,
why is that the bar? Why are we comparing a 25-year-old?
Because you know why? Because he has that. But I'm gonna tell you why. Because Luka actually had the ability to be MJ-ish.
No, he didn't.
As a scoring machine, yes, he did. The problem is.
No, that's not how basketball works.
No.
That's not how basketball works.
But MJ also put just as much effort into playing defense and playing long seasons.
This is where y'all get it wrong, bro. There's more aspects than basketball, and there's more archetypes in the league, and it can be done. It don't have to be just two-way, bro.
So it don't have to be. Why is he compared to Jordan? Because
no. Let me
athletically. Not athletically, but game-wise, he had a chance to be up there.
No, see, because you're talking about athletically, they ain't the same player.
I
don't understand.
But
why are we comparing them then?
If Luka would have prepared like Jordan prepared, you tell him he wouldn't have played better D?
No, because he doesn't have a body type to do it.
He don't have a body type to play better D.
Not like Jordan? No, not even close.
Why don't you just put in the work to become a better defender? Why don't you do like what other people do, like jump rope?
You can get better, but you over here comparing him to Jordan level defense. It's utter crazy. Why?
Yeah, it's crazy because he don't have the effort to Jordan.
No. Did Dirk have hold on. Did Dirk have MJ level defense when he won?
No.
Did he have Kareem level defense when he won?
Did he? Hold on. So what you do? What you do with Dirk? You bring up Dirk as your shield. Yo, Luka shield is Dirk. Stop using that line as shield.
Wait.
That's what you do. You bring up Dirk to be your Luka shield. No, let Luka stand on his own damn shield.
No.
You don't need Dirk for Luka.
No,
let Luka stand on his own shield.
My point is,
what about Steph Curry though? He don't play not a nigga defense.
Steph Curry has
they got a whole other guy that they brought in to play defense for him.
Why y'all need all these capes for your guys?
No. Because you are trying to set
an example. Put on these Superman. Does he play all this whataboutism bullshit?
Because basketball.
Because
there's more than one archetype in basketball.
Why y'all gotta keep bringing on other people?
Because
he don't do it. He don't
more
do it, but he did it.
ways to win a championship. That's why there's different archetypes in the league, and it's been done before.
So my thing
Jokic can't play a lick of defense,
when somebody
but he's still
gotta take the beer out your hand, basically saying, "Bro, we ain't got to the."
So now you get on his vices. Now we're mad at his vices. Oh, you talking about the man who was smoking cigars, the man who had to get the FBI involved.
After he won it. Oh, so
you talking about vices? You talking about
you gonna talk about the vices after he won it? That's what we doing. So listen,
he was doing it before he won it.
I saw Kobe drink champagne.
His vices are his vices.
Yeah,
but like this man is lazy or something.
No. Who? Luka? Oh, bro, he's so clearly lazy, bro.
How he lazy when he plays the most basketball product out of everybody in this league? He doesn't stop playing basketball.
He played basketball
He played overseas.
See,
how is he lazy?
I'm gonna tell you. See, you try to act like you ignorant, you not. It's the same reason when you had concerns on Ted. See, when it come to Ted, you can see it, but when it come to Luka, you can't see it.
No, I'm just saying.
No, hold on. Let me finish.
I'm saying it's more.
No, let me finish. Let me finish my point. So this is the deal. The same way you can see it on Ted is the same way we can see it on Luka. The same way I can look at most athletes and say, bro, I can tell you've been working. You know how you can tell you've been working? You look at their damn body, bro. Just like when I walked in to the University of Houston, I was only 160 pounds. And you know what I did? I gained 20 pounds of muscle like MJ did because I put in the work. And I could always tell the dudes who wasn't going to do it because they was always hide from the weight room, bro. I can look at Luka and I can look at like Luka and Romo, the same thing, bro. All his skill and wouldn't put in the real commitment it took to win, bro. And that was the off-season workouts, and you know that's true. Everybody know that's true, but you gonna try to act like just because he played basketball, he work hard. You can play basketball, but that don't mean you put in the other work that you need to put in to be a champion.
I strongly disagree. First of all, you compare him to Romo when he done clearly more than Romo by his damn self. This is why I have utmost respect for by his damn self. Yeah, you keep giving up. You giving up
the team.
No, see,
but that's by himself.
You want to give Nico Autumn credit, but I'll never ever forgive that damn bubble team he had around Luka and that damn 2021 team he had around Luka. See, the thing is, I understand that this game of basketball, it ain't just full of two ways. There's offensive threats. There's bigs who only play offense. And what you do, if you can really team build, you surround them and hide their weaknesses. See, the thing is, I keep going back to Dirk because you want to play about defense and shit like that. See, we got a Spurs fan in the building.
Defense important.
Does he play defense like Tim Duncan? Answer the question.
See, man, why all this on whataboutism, bro? Why can't
No,
Luka
because
stand on his own goddamn self?
I am in his position. I'm in his position. I'm in his position.
You play.
Hey, hold on, wait.
Why you ain't never said Luka by himself?
Answer the question. Does he play defense?
You ain't said Luka by himself yet. You always bringing on Luka. Is he like him?
I did.
What about Luka playing his own defense on his own?
Does Tim Duncan need a damn depoy around him?
No, listen, I ain't talking about no Tim Duncan. I ain't talking about no Dirk. We
I
talking
know
about
you ain't,
Luka
because it derives this whole argument.
No, it don't. It
don't,
because then it don't make sense what you saying, and you showing you being nefarious because you keep bringing up bigs, and then when I talk about bigs, you say we're real big.
It doesn't make sense.
They're big, so we can't even
to
compare them. So what you trying to do is you trying to have it both ways. You trying to say, hey, let's use them to talk about Luka and protect Luka and talk about their D, and then when I talk about their D, you say, oh, but they big, they don't play D. See, bro, you trying to have it both ways, and I see through your argument, bro.
No, I'm not having it both ways. I understand.
So let's get to the bottom line of this, bro. Let's get to the whole bottom line of this.
There's a guard that don't play defense that won multiple championships, and we know his name.
Come on, Steph.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and listen, he's put in work and gotten better, but he's still not a good defender. They still go after him.
Because at the end of the day, Henny, we understand as much work as you can do. Some people just don't have that natural God-given born abilities.
Especially
y'all
if you don't work at it.
Y'all over here, no, you over here lying.
You can't work at it. No, you can't work at it.
No.
You can't get better at D.
You talking about?
You can't work and get better at D. Is that what we're doing?
As good as MJ? That's a damn lie.
Did I say that? You put words in the mouth and lied on me? You put words in my mouth to lie on me? Did I say it's good at MJ? I asked one question. Can you improve on defense? You said no, not to the MJ level. And I never said that. You literally trying to argue against words I never said.
I'm saying,
what kind of shit is that? All right,
he can get more committed.
Hold on real quick, man. Hold on real quick, because let's get to the real bottom line of this. This is why I need you to apologize to Nico.
For what?
Oh, I got a whole argument. Can I share?
Shit. All right, here we go. Yeah. This is why you need to apologize to Nico. I'm talking about you, Lou. You need to apologize to Nico. Because you yourself said that Adam Silver was the person that was behind the trade to give us the first round, right? That's you. Is this you?
Yeah, I said conspiracy, yes.
Yeah, that's your conspiracy, right? I just wanted to make sure this was you. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I want y'all to know that this right here reads Lou's takes. So if this was the conspiracy, who was the person who had to close this conspiracy for it to work?
Mavericks ownership.
Yep.
And negotiated by who?
It would be Nico, correct?
Yeah. So if this was always according to your conspiracy, this is your conspiracy, not mine. This is yours. This is yours. So if this is your conspiracy, this is proof that y'all overreacted, bro. Because that means that according to your conspiracy, that means that he was doing just like what he did with Kyrie Irving, where he already had a deal worked out to try to improve this team. But he had to be bold enough to let Luka go. And this was already worked out behind the scenes by the ownership and Nico, according to your theory. So if that theory is true, then that means you should owe him an apology and let y'all cry. It was a bunch of crying for nothing. And it was what I said. Y'all should have all waited to let the GM work. Let the GM work because luck favors the bold. And he's been bold in his work. So it's one of those things to where, in his mind, whether you agree with it or not, he got rid of the guy that wasn't going to put in the work to be a champion. And this is the main thing I like about it. It sends a message to any future stars in Dallas. It sends a big message that we'll get rid of you, that you can't be entitled like Luka was. And I'm going to say, the fans greatly entitled his ass. They let him have all kind of texts. They didn't care about him being out of shape. They never talked about none of the stuff he should have been doing to be a champion. None of it. They only cared about his offense. They never cared about him being a complete player to try to take us over the hump. So Nico deserves an apology because according to your own theory, he was the one that was working with Adam Silver to get this trade with us getting ready to get flagged.
So here's where I disagree. I disagree. Okay, you want to trade Luka. You want to fire the star. I'm not mad at it. How you go about it means how you go about it.
What you mean how?
No, I'm explaining how you go about it.
You should have hugged him.
You gonna let the man talk about?
Damn, because we're gonna talk some basketball. Let's talk some basketball. Can I share my screen too? I'm gonna debunk all this shit right here.
You said no. How you gonna debunk you? This is you.
No, I'm talking about like you trying to give him any type of credit. Because I'm gonna tell you right now. Yeah, he made before what he did was the equivalent of you. Oh no. If you was a dad and you had a family and you heard on the radio like, hey, you can come down to Las Vegas. $250,000 buy-in, and then if you come buy in, you have a chance of winning $50 million. You look at your family and say, well, I don't have $250,000, so I'm gonna just sell the damn house and I'll be back. Now, if you come back with a $250 million, we're happy, but at the same time, we have every right to slap the shit out of you. Be honest with you, because you left us high and dry. So can I share my screen of what is really why I said that this trade still looks dark, even from years ago, even with the number 1 overall pick, because you don't see it, and I'm gonna help you see it today. So can I share my screen?
Yeah, absolutely. And my boy said, boss, you sound like a Dak hater hating on Luke. It's all his fault. Luka not on my team. Shit, I don't give a damn about no Luka like y'all. I'm not that Mavericks fan that left my team over Luka.
I ain't leave Mavericks.
Luka the enemy to me now. He the enemy to me now. I ain't one of them dudes over here like, man, Luka, they fired Nico. I'm a better than the Mavericks, man. Shit, nah, bro. I was a fan of this team when they was Rolando Blackman and Derek Harper, homeboy.
Don't talk about Rolando Blackman like that.
Nah, but you know they was underrated stars, bro. You know that. Man, you know that.
I know, but still, I like Rolando.
Hold on, cause let me show you, because these boys don't understand our history, bro. I gotta show this. See, these boys, y'all have no idea what we've been through, Henny. They don't know what we've been through.
I know. That's why I'm still here. But I got every right to be mad, though.
I mean, how long you gonna stay mad, though, bro? At some point, we gotta.
Let me show you why I'm mad. I'm finna show you right now. Let me show you why I'm mad. So
let me show you why I'm not mad, because I was supporting them.
See, you're comparing.
And then at some point, when do we move on to winning the championship? Like, when do we move on?
I'm glad you say that.
When do we move on to like, all right, what's the next thing we got to do? Luka gone. Like, goddamn, like, how long boys is gonna crawl over Luka?
Okay, good. Look, you show my screen because I'm glad you said that.
How do I do that? Shit. Is this it?
Let
me move this out the way, and I'm gonna add your screen because it better be a nice checkmate the way you hyping this up.
All right.
Is this it?
Yes. So
right, let's go.
This is the NBA YouTuber, bro, Legend of Winning, and he broke this down the best way that I can show fit. Look, this is why first of all, when he made the trade, I said, if you fire your star, go ahead. But when you say you're gonna fire him and you don't get nothing back, and you claim you're gonna compete, but when I see the facts right here, I'm gonna show you why. So look, this is a perfect thing right here. We're gonna show you.
So you saying the value you missed out on?
No, I'm gonna show you. So right now, since we claim we finna be competing for a championship, I told you and coach on the phone I didn't believe it. But one, we were old ass team, and old ass teams don't win, especially in the West. But we're gonna break this down right here. Say you get Cooper Flag, everyone.
Okay.
He got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's how many years you have the rookie. Okay. Every number represents how many years you have left on the deal. Okay. We got AD for 3. Yep. We're gonna assume Kyrie is going, since he's hurt, he's going to sign the extension. He's going to be for a 3. Max is going to be here for 7 years. Clay is for 2. And this he got piece right here, but I just wanted to skip ahead. That piece was supposed to be PJ, but he's gone. So I want to show that the next team. So next year, say we draft the Cooper Flag,
right?
We got AD, Kyrie, Max, everything, PJ, everything like that. Why this doesn't work, and actually having a number 1 overall pick give us way more problems, because we got to make some moves, Maverick Nation. A lot of moves. We're not in a win now situation. First of all, the red bar represents that this year going to be a wash, because first of all, if y'all forgot, Kyrie got hurt at the end of the year, so he's going to be out the entire season, gone. And then down here at the bottom, I don't have Gafford.
Going back to that though. But when they made that trade, they wasn't assuming that Kyrie was gonna get hurt though.
Honestly, you should have been assuming one of them gonna get hurt. I told you that.
No, we said Kyrie, not one of them. See,
but okay, they're older guards. Fine, they don't get hurt. But you made the trade regardless, and this is what you.
Yeah. So that
you have older players.
It would have killed Luka too. Then
you have older players.
It would have killed Luka too.
No, it would not kill Luka. If you have Luka and we get the number 1 pick, no. But. So
no. So you can't do that because you don't get that number 1 pick without making this trade because that goes against your theory, your conspiracy theory. You can't just use your conspiracy theory when you want to try to make another case.
We don't get the number 1 pick, but we
don't have Flag now. See, Flag is the key to this deal.
No, I'm gonna show you why Flag.
See how you try to manipulate? You try to manipulate.
Let me explain it. First of all, you having Flag here.
Getting through it, man. No, you getting cross-examined. You thought you was gonna be
over there. No. Let me explain it. Let me explain it. No, because you over here saying damn the hypothetical. Kyrie is out.
It's the actual.
Kyrie is out.
That Kyrie got hurt.
Kyrie is out.
So it killed both contention. That's my point. Is you acting like that Nico killed this with the trade in the future when Kyrie injury killed also Luka. So I'm saying though, you trying to make this case like this YouTuber just hit something out the park when he ain't hit shit. He ain't hit nothing because Kyrie was already. Kyrie got hurt.
Can I explain it? Can I explain it? Because I'm talking about the future. Gafford is finna leave. You notice Gafford's not here. Gafford wants money. And you have Cooper Flag. Cooper Flag plays the 3 and the 4. PJ Washington and Gafford is finna be up out of here. Be honest with y'all. They finna be up out of here because we don't have them. They clog everything and everything like that. Your first year is a wash because Kyrie is hurt. You're not going to compete. I don't trust it. Second year, Kyrie is back. AD is here. You trade for a piece. And now we're just banking on the fact that we finna compete with Kyrie, AD, and a first year starting Cooper Flag. That year is a wash. Then I want y'all to take a look at the top. This is where Nico is full of shit. And this is where I was trying to get on you and Coach Boss. At the top, I want y'all to see the draft picks. One is for the first, this year, we have the first overall pick. We ain't got another damn pick for year 6 and year 7. So you're claiming you want to compete for a championship. We don't have the pieces. So how you going to get the damn pieces in here? This is what I'm talking about when Nico trade who?
You get like that, just like when they got Kyrie, it's the same thing.
Do you know what they traded to get Kyrie?
Hold on real quick.
You traded picks to get Kyrie.
Well, hold on real quick.
You traded picks to get Kyrie.
But also, then what's the cap space looking like?
No one comes to Dallas.
No, it's still
because people ain't come. No one comes to Dallas. Your only attractive piece was Luka. People playing with Luka.
Okay,
that's how you got play time.
Okay. But you say nobody came to Dallas. That don't mean nobody won't come to Dallas. Just because they didn't come before, that don't mean nobody they won't.
By this point right here, I'm gonna be honest with you. AD is 38 years old.
What you leaving out is that we got more cap space because we got rid of him.
No, we're not. This is not
left
football.
That out.
This is not football ball. This is basketball.
I know it's not. I know it's basketball, but you can acquire players.
In order for players to come to your team needs to be attractive enough for them to come.
Right. No, I agree.
So I'm letting you know at year 2, AD is 38 years old and Kyrie is 36, and you have a young Cooper Flag. You are in full rebuild mode. I'm being honest with you right now. So you talking about these players are going to come in? They're not coming in, and you're being delusional, boss. If you think
I'm not being delusional.
I got facts for you. Before we got Klay Thompson, we could have never attract any other star. I got facts, boss. Remember DeAndre Jordan during the damn peak of the Lob City. DeAndre Jordan was going to be the first ever free agent to come in here off bat. We had a handshake agreement before the damn free agency started. Soon as it opened,
but that's
Chris
not even
Paul
the point, though.
And then their Blake Griffin.
You acting like because we don't, you saying we can't and we not. That's not an honest debate, bro. That's not honest because it didn't happen because Jordan Davis, a few players that we tried to go after, now all of a sudden because we didn't get them, that mean that just ain't gonna never happen. It don't matter that it didn't happen before.
They never came here.
but
they
that don't mean it
ever
won't
come
happen.
here.
But what you're saying is because it hasn't happened that it won't happen.
It won't ever happen. You are in a field.
Debate.
No, boss.
No,
you can't do this.
You don't
because
know.
other
You
teams
don't
around
know
the
what
league.
a player go do. You don't have no idea what somebody.
I know exactly how it's going to go.
You making an assumption.
That's not an assumption. This is a true
bro.
fact. No one
it's
is
not
going.
A fact, bro.
No one was going to
That's
Detroit.
a clear assumption.
No. See, this is how it works in the NBA. You either have to be a prime spot or a team that's getting ready to compete for players to come play with you. This is not how it works. If you are in a full rebuild, no one is going to come to your team.
Now it depends on the projection of Flag and how he plays. That's what it's going to. It's going to depend on the excitement of Flag and how we look together.
We're going to be in a full rebuild. Cade Cunningham is better than Flag right now, and no one wanted to go to Detroit until now. When they actually got,
it depends on how we look together, how we play together. If we play together well and we come together well, yes, you can become attractive. Yes, you can. It depends on how we play together in this 1 year. It's being aggressive now. That's what it is. Is you're going to be aggressive now to even have a chance to recruit. Is it a hard window? Yes, I would agree with your assumption.
You're not going to win. I'm telling y'all right now, y'all are being delusional. This is not the Eastern Conference. This is the West. You have to win 50 games.
Hold on. How you gonna
you have to win 50 games to even get the
win,
AD, bro.
When you saw what was happening when AD was healthy and when Kyrie was healthy, man, we were
what did I tell you and coach on the phone? What did I tell you and coach on the phone?
No,
what was going to happen?
No, you. But
I predicted their injuries.
No, man, but
I predicted their injuries.
You predicted because you just mad about Luka because
I wasn't mad about
the
Luka.
Previous season.
Where's my Laker fans at?
No, it was nothing in his previous season that said that. It was nothing in his previous season. Matter of fact, Luka was starting to trend to be more injured than him.
No.
In his latest season,
they literally.
But I'm saying though. But this is the right now, bro.
You're saying street codes?
This is the point though. The reason, this is the major thing. The major thing is this. You saying that basically that Nico should be fired, which I totally disagree with.
I don't think he should be fired. I just think he's lying. We're not going to compete nowhere in the near future.
See, and that's why you don't know, bro. You don't know.
This is why I'm not even mad at you trading Luka, boss. I said the other day.
You're not mad.
No. I said how you traded him. If you're gonna trade a player like that, you gut a damn team. You get picks back. I don't care if you are trying to trade now. You needed picks, and y'all was talking about damn them picks. You need picks to get players. That's how you got That's how you got Kyrie.
On that.
That's how you got Kyrie. That's how you got Gafford. And that's how you got PJ Washington.
So this is the difference in the way that he talking about doing it, to me, and we gonna see how it's play out. All right. So to me, what it looked like to me is it looked like Nico trying to be short-term aggressive. Because if you traded Luka and put him on an open market for picks, now you're trying to trade for different players in the long term for those same picks that you got for Luka, right?
I'm saying if you're gonna do that, why did you trade for a player in AD and not get more back? Because Amp just said, Amp is a Lakers fan. He literally said he's bound to get hurt. That's why I predicted it, and I was correct. I'm gonna be 100% every time when I say this. He's gonna get hurt. He's gonna get hurt. I promise. I bet $100 he's gonna get hurt next year.
You wasn't the year before because we already had this debate.
He was hurt last year,
and we was talking about how he was trending on not being hurt last year. We already talked about that.
I told you, damn that trend, but that was for the down.
You just said damn a trend. So we looked at evidence of him not being hurt, but then you just said, "Damn that trend."
Actually, boss, that was
even
false.
though we saw it, so we were saying, but that wasn't even the major point. The major point.
We traded for AD, and he was hurt while we traded for him. No, actually, he was hurt when we traded for him.
I ain't talking about that part. I'm talking about the trend.
So if you're saying if he's been trending, so I'm saying damn the trend because if
you saying damn a trend because it don't go with your narrative. That's why you want to damn
I'm saying
trend.
Damn a trend because you traded for an injured player. He was currently injured when you traded for him.
But I'm saying though, this is the main point that I'm saying. That's not even the main point. You saying the main point that you try to say is you should have got a bunch of picks. I'm saying that the fact that he betting on Flag with his team in the short run and try to recruit into the future with the new cap space.
I'm saying I don't believe in no damn words. Look at what we working with right now. Be realistic, boss. We have 0 picks till 6 years out. Who are you trading for? You have an old ass Klay Thompson.
No, I ain't talking about the trading for the picks because we already agreed to that.
How you're going to get players in here?
We talked about you could get them in here for free agency if you attract.
No, that's not how NBA works. That's not how NBA works.
This is what you said. You said that you could attract when you look like a team that's gonna be in contention. That's what you said. So that's why I said what he bet on was the short run of us being able to get Flag to come in here and be a better team player than what we could have got with Luka as the star. And going to your conspiracy theory, the conspiracy theory is you saying that this is already pre-negotiated. So this is just not the way that you wanted it to go, where in your way you wanted him to try to get a slew of picks to try to trade for players later. What he went with Flag to try to get a better team.
That you're not getting a better team. I'm telling you that right here, Bob. Like, what are you saying? You need picks to get a better team. I'm literally saying it. You can have this year's pick is guaranteed. Sure. How are you going to get more talent in here to literally build around Flag?
I'm gonna say it in the near future? Time. He got to win now with Flag. He got to show success with Flag. Now, it definitely hurt the plan with Kyrie going down. It hurt bad with that going down, but that happened after the fact. So, to your point, if this was a conspiracy, this was pre-negotiated. True or false? If your conspiracy is true. No, just if your conspiracy is true, was this pre-negotiated?
This is if you was going.
No, I'm asking a question. You can't step out of a direct question.
I'm being honest with you, boss. I'm a man of steps ahead. This is a terrible step to go about it. If you're gonna go about it, you are foolish.
It's a simple question. Was this pre-negotiated according to your theory? Sure, your theory with Adam Silver. Was it pre-negotiated?
Yes.
Okay, so if it was pre-negotiated, it also means it was done before the Kyrie injury.
So you're saying this is why I'm saying that way of thinking is crazy. You are saying an older Kyrie, an older AD, now with the workload, you couldn't guarantee an injury?
No, I ain't say that.
That's why I'm saying.
See, this is where you being slippery, bro, and I'm peeping.
I'm not being slippery. No, I'm being honest.
No, you're not. Cause see, this is where you being slippery. Because I said no. I said what? Kyrie. You said what? AD.
I'm saying them both. They're both injury prone.
Okay, because if we stick with what I'm saying, because I'm trying to lead to something. See, because if this was pre-negotiated, I'm trying to show you what was obviously in the mind of Nico and trying to win now. That's my whole point of saying that it was prior to Kyrie going down. To your theory, where you thinking Adam Silver already had something worked out with the Mavericks to get them the #1 overall pick, even though it was less than a 2% chance, that was a win now mode that Nico was trying to go for, assuming Kyrie, not AD, Kyrie, dog.
So I'm saying even with that, with Kyrie healthy, that was still a bad decision. Still a foolish decision to rely on a Kyrie with a 82 game workload at this age, to rely on an AD that you traded for that was currently hurt when you traded for him. You rushed him back. That's why he ended up getting hurt. Okay, I'm saying, okay, Kyrie at that age with that workload, being the sole guard, was bound to get hurt. I'm saying that was foolish. If you was going to do that, you need to have them tie in more young talent behind it or picks.
Yeah,
you doing it straight up.
I feel you on the picks, but this is the problem with the picks. If you do the picks, and we just talking this through, if you do the picks, then you don't get the #1 overall pick.
I think the picks are more valuable to you. That's how you build your team now.
So?
That's how you build your team now. That's the Milwaukee Bucks are finna lose. They're finna lose. I'm gonna tell you right now. This is why I'm saying I don't want to be the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks are in a bad situation right now. Giannis is finna leave because they have two things. They don't have picks, and their team is old as all no dirt. Like all their team, the entire team is 34 and up, and they have no flexibility. The picks allow you flexibility to rebuild the roster. So you have unattractive players on your team. What makes them attractive in a trade to get them off or bring in other players is a pick. That's how you was able to get a Kyrie coming from a Nets. You needed a pick to be attached with it. Matter of fact, the trade you made barely got Kyrie because Kyrie was actually worth more.
It sounded like to me, man, it was a difference of trying to build this team for now. That's all it sounded like to me. Because, see, going with the way that you saying basically Luka should have been put out on the open market where you could have tried to raid teams to try to get as many picks as possible.
Or just go if you want to do
but,
Lakers,
but to try to get flag, if you want flag, right? Let's say if you want the player flag, not because if you get picks, you getting picks to hopefully get a player, right? You don't know what you're gonna get with the player. You're getting the pick so that you can negotiate into the future. With this way that Nico did it, he was going for flag.
Okay, well, if you was going for flag alone with your current roster, it still didn't make sense. That's why I'm saying we pick flag. We actually are in a darker hole because we got so many bigs, so many guys that want to get paid, and you have no flexibility to move them around. And now you got to clear out a way. First of all, this is why it doesn't make sense though. You traded for AD. The whole reason why AD wanted to get traded because he didn't want to be the center anymore. Guess what position Cooper Flag plays? The 4. So you're going to put him at the 3 and hopefully that worked. When that's no guarantee for that. You already moved him out of position. You're going to have to get rid of your bigs because now the big room is clogged. So Gafford is going to be on the table. Everyone's saying, "Oh, you're going to trade Gafford to get picked." You got to do some
deals. You got a deal. That's what you GM.
I'm telling you how the NBA works. On an expiring deal, you're not going to get much back for it because the NBA team, whoever he gets signed to, has the guarantee that the player is going to sign there. That's not how the NBA works. I'm telling y'all right now. That's why I'm saying we're in a dark place. The only way we're going to get a slew of picks back if we trade the number 1 overall.
See, I ain't even talking about getting a slew of picks back.
I'm saying you need it because your future is dark.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Because your future is dark because you have a lot of aging stars on your team, a lot, too many. And I'm telling you right now, I don't believe you're going to compete now because I understand how the West is built. First of all, why don't want old stars? They don't last all 82 games. They don't. And you need at least 50 to get in the top 8, to get in the playoffs to begin with. You need 50. This is the West. And then the teams you're going up against have a nice combination of vets and young talent. So they're going to outrun you regardless. They're going to outball you regardless. So everyone can play like it's going to work right now because we got names, the nostalgia, OAD, Kyrie. That shit is all dandy till you walk up on the damn Oakland Thunder. Until you walk up on the Timberwolves, that shit cool.
No, see, because them Timberwolves, they got beat last year with Kyrie on that team, so we ain't gonna act like Kyrie wasn't part of that.
See, that's another thing. Y'all be overrating Kyrie. Y'all be overrating Kyrie. Y'all be overrating Kyrie.
He didn't play as good in that series. He didn't. I agree. He didn't play as good in that series.
No, I mean that when he balled.
That when he overrating Kyrie. Come on, bro.
You overrated Kyrie. He is not a number 1 option no more.
No, it is not even by CC. You put words in people's mouth. It's about what's he of value to help you get past what you got.
He's a Robin.
Robin is
a Robin.
Valuable. That's the point. Yeah, but see, you can't see. That's what I don't like about how y'all do. What y'all do is y'all get the benefit of Robin, but then act like Robin won shit. That's exactly what you're doing. You got the whole benefit of Robin and the whole bump from Robin, but then you're gonna be like, but he's just Robin. No, we needed Robin. We needed Robin. Because if we didn't need Robin, we wouldn't have been praising that against Porzingis.
No, see, this is where you're wrong. Especially with guards.
So I remember you was up there, Luke, talking about those alley-oops and all that kind of stuff that was coming from Kyrie and Luka. You was loving it then. Oh, you loved it when it was working, but now
I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm not going to.
Kyrie
I'm going to respect.
See, because that's
going to
Kyrie,
respect.
you was gonna trust and help with Luka though. See,
I'm going to respect.
You ain't even, man. You ain't debating. You ain't debating it straight up, bro. You not.
I'm debating it straight up.
It was that same old Kyrie that was gonna be with Luka.
See, this is we're gonna talk ball. We want to talk ball. I'm gonna be honest with you. See,
you the one that said, didn't you just say that they ain't no good. You can't do nothing with them. So you can't be like, well, he would have. It was gonna be him with Luka.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That shit cool until you get to the playoffs. We're not finna sit here. A Robin is a Robin for a reason in the NBA. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna sit here and literally disrespect the gravity of Luka. Kyrie got off on the number 2 point of attack defender. That shit is different than the number 1. Let's not act like a number one
We know
corner
it's
is the
different.
same to the number
We
two.
already
So
know it's different.
if you was able to get off,
you being slippery, Lou. You
That's
trying
not
some slippery
being slippery.
tactics.
I'm being straight.
You being slippery right now. See, because right now you said until you get to the finals. What you basically just said at first.
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about all throughout the playoffs. All throughout the playoffs.
But
every
it was that
game.
old man that helped you in the playoffs.
No, he didn't. Half the playoffs. So y'all see the thing is, that's what I'm saying.
Wait, hold on. So you
Half
said
the
Kyrie
playoffs.
didn't do nothing in the playoffs. He didn't help at all.
OKC game, where was he? OKC series, where was he? Pull up. You want to pull up the stats? This thing. I'm not gonna. I love Kyrie. I'm not gonna overrate him.
Man,
I'm not gonna overrate him. Not gonna sit here and act like this is.
Wild.
I'll argue with my own mama. She was like, "Oh, Kyrie."
So hold on, real quick.
Where was he versus Boston?
Let me ask you.
Where was he versus OKC?
So was Jason Kidd old when he was one of the keys to the Mavericks in 2011?
We had a great team around him, and he did enough.
So you the one that said them old players. You said he did enough. You would say he was
also. This is gonna debunk everything. Was Jason Kidd the sole? He was the sole person, the main source of the team at his age.
That's where you try to be slippery, bro. Of course we know he's not the main.
I'm being honest.
That never was my case. This is the case you were saying. You were saying you can't win with them old players is what you were saying.
I'm saying
that was your case.
No.
No, that was your case. You trying to snip it though. Yes, what you said. You said it's over with because it's the old players. That's what you said.
You put words in my mouth. I'm saying no. You put words in my mouth. I said when you are the sole contributor to your team, you are now carrying the number one workload. I'm saying that shit don't work. When you're an addict and you have a nice good star beside you and you're the Robin and you can carry your job, that shit will work. But you're telling me,
heard you on that, bro. You trying to slip out of that, dude.
I didn't slip out of that. Y'all know what I was saying.
That's not what you said. No, bro, it's what you said. Because what you said is, because my whole point was this, is that Nico is trying to get Flag, and what he did is said, I'd rather have Flag with a better culture and older players than this other guy who I don't feel like will put in the work to get us over the hump.
You're going to fire your star, get more back.
That's what you said, and I'm saying
Flag ain't enough.
That's what you saying, because what you want is you wanted draft picks so that you could try to trade it for some player that you don't even know about. It sounds like Nico bet on this. If we going with your conspiracy theory,
I'm saying you need.
Hold on, real quick. It sounds like Nico bet on Flag, and he said, "Listen, I'd rather build my team around Flag with a team than Luka."
Okay, you can build around Flag, but it's not. You're lying if you're telling me we're gonna win right now. You're lying to yourself too. This is gonna be a definite 7-year process because you're building around a rookie. That's how it works.
Well, I say this. And I don't fault them for saying that they felt like they weren't gonna get nothing with Luka.
You can fire. I'm not fire Luka. Get more back. Get more back. That was a top 5. That was a top 2 player. I seen Rudy Gobert gut a team for 5 first rounders.
You get all these picks back. Then what you gonna do with the picks? Trade them to get a player? That's what you were saying?
No, we have more flexibility. We ain't got to do nothing right up back. We're secure to now and in the future.
So what it sounded like is it was 2 bad options, because your option don't sound no better. Because then that's like, because see what you saying is with those picks, we won't go be in no contention.
Yeah, with those picks, if you have you have picks. I mean, this is what happens when you trade your best player. This is the sacrifice you made when you trade your best player.
No, but I know, but
if you're gonna jump off that bridge.
Yeah, you saying all right. So you saying jump off that bridge and get the picks, but it still ain't no close. Is the point? Because right now you're trying to say I ain't really got no problem with Luka. I wanted you to get the picks, so I'm going back to say, okay,
my problem is
the picks to get us in contention.
That's
what I'm going to. It's like, which one get us close to contention? Those picks or Flag?
My problem is
no. That's the question. I asked you a question.
You can get
which
Flag.
One get us closer to contention? Picks or Flag?
With this current roster?
Yeah.
Picks.
You think picks?
Picks.
Okay. Because you said with the picks, you said that with those picks, you felt like we could have willed and did and got a player.
We have flexibility to get off this roster.
Okay.
We need flexibility. We're too locked. That's my thing. My thing is not, you can keep Flag. I want you to draft Flag. My thing is this. In your same words, when you was doing this goofy move, you saying we're going to compete now. That's why I tweeted. The timelines are construed.
Now I'm with you on that. See, when you saying compete now, and you what you doing is you saying that it's some holes to this, and it got to come together.
Yeah,
especially because you putting that now. But what's because if he's saying that, I ain't heard Nico say that, but I'm gonna trust that he said.
Remember in the interview right after, he was saying we feel like we can compete now, and we feel like we can win in the next 2 to 3 years. He said, I think 2 to 3 years. That's what he said.
Oh, he said 2 to 3 years.
So 2 to 3 years with a Cooper flag, I don't believe you.
Okay, and so we gonna go ahead and sum it up. All right, so I sum it up and say this. It looked like it's 2 different paths. It looked like, to me, Nico already had this worked out. I believe your conspiracy. I believe that they already had the number 1 pick already part of the deal. And what that says to me is that Nico is trying to be aggressive about trying to get flag in here and try to make some moves to try to make us a champion. And it makes me also say with that the Mavs fans, for the most part, panicked. Because in their eyes, they was just only looking at it like we should have just got more picks. They wasn't factoring in flag. They wasn't factoring in us getting this lotto pick. But when you get the lotto pick from a likely predetermined deal that the owner and Nico was likely a part of, I'm gonna agree with your theory. Either one of them was bad, but both of them said to me that they didn't believe in Luka to be able to get them there. They didn't believe in their discipline. I'm one of probably the 2% that actually say I'm cool with that. It's just because I don't believe in that type of guy too. Generally, I don't. I don't believe in the Harden types. I don't believe in the Barkley types. I only believe in Shaq when he got a Kobe with him. I don't believe in Shaq on his own. I believe the only time you'll ever get Shaq to get a ring if he got Wade with him. That's it. He got to have a Wade, or that's it. But and from me, in my history of watching basketball, when my stars like a Luka, where I can't even have you come up and be prepared physically after getting walked out the finals, not coming in with a chip on your shoulder like Jordan them used to do, like LeBron them does. Who else did it? Because it's a lot of teams that had to show up and put in major. Isaiah Thomas. It's so many other than just Jordan that put in just crazy work. That Boston team had to do it when they had to go against LA. It's teams that they put in the work. And I didn't see the work that Luka, he was too many texts, and then like when it got to the finals, I hated how he played D. I hated all that crying. And I'm one of them people that say, you know what? Hey, if you decided to move on for him and you felt like you go try to build something else, I'm cool with it. And I'm all the way cool with it. And I'm never gonna stop being the Mavericks because of Nico. And I'm gonna still support Nico. I'm gonna be over here like, Nico, hey, you gotta make it work now, big dog. You gotta make it work. You chose flag with this conspiracy. You gotta make it work or they go torch you. And I'm cool with that. That's my final word on the basketball.
Yeah, my final words is I don't agree with Nico trading Luka. I just view team building differently. I'm under the thing is if the crackhead took you to 2 championships, 2 final championships, and 1 finals the year before, you pay the crackhead with all due respect. Especially in my opinion, this front office made a bold decision of firing somebody when I don't even believe they put in the same amount of work as a Luka did. They gave Luka only 1.5 good years of an actual competent roster. So we give Nico all this praise about team building when he really didn't even do it for that long. Luka's early years, he got a Kristaps Porzingis in here, sure, but Kristaps Porzingis was crying about wanting the ball. Got Kristaps Porzingis out of here. He had a bad roster around Luka, and Luka carried that team with no big all the way to the finals, all the way to the conference finals. I mean, and played a championship level team in the Warriors, and you got gentleman sweep. That's because you didn't have enough. The same thing happened again this past year. Teams weren't. The thing is, I don't agree with how Luka played with the Mavericks going to the finals because we weren't supposed to even go to the finals that year. We made 2 moves that completely changed our team around. Went through the mud, and we faced a juggernaut, a literal juggernaut in the Boston Celtics. And sure, Luka, you can say Luka didn't play up to standard. I believe he was the only one that showed up game in, game out, all throughout the playoffs. especially in the finals when they were shooting.
Boy, you out your.
I would sit up here. I would bash every single player on the Mavericks for shooting wide open, because wide ass open, shooting 20% from beyond the yard, not hitting a damn bucket. Yes, I'm getting on Derrick Jones Jr. ass. I'm getting on Kyrie ass because his ass froze up when he went back to the damn Garden. I'm getting on PJ Washington ass because he didn't hit a damn shot. Everyone wants to blame fucking Luka when nobody else could hit a goddamn shot. That's my thing. Sure, the damn defense could be better, but you need to hit buckets at the end of the day.
Trash.
I also believe there's more than one archetype of star in this league. Everyone don't have to be a two-way star. I'm under the belief of that. We've seen it plenty of times before. So that's not cloud our nostalgia and everything like that. Like, that's the only way to win at basketball. You did it, Mavericks fans. You did it. We sit up here believe like Dirk really played defense and like that team was not surrounded with defense around him, and it got it done. That fan was correct. What fans failed to realize, Dirk was real close for being in a superstar bucket with a Charles Barkley if we didn't do it that 2011 year. People forget that Dirk for the longest was labeled as a choker. He was labeled as a choker for the longest. My Dirk, I love Dirk, but I'm gonna be honest with you. We're the only team We're the only team in history to be the first seed and get swept by an 8th seed, I believe Warriors. And we're the only team to do that. We was up 2-0 on the Heat and let them come back 4-2.
Damn, Lou.
But he came back and he did what he was supposed to do, and he had the best run of all time. That's why I love Dirk for it. But we ain't gonna sit up here and fault and just glean out his clear deficiencies and why that team around him hid his deficiencies for the longest. I'm gonna keep it how it is. So all in all, I know we got the pick and everything like that. It was good. My only problem is if you're gonna fire the star, do it correctly, like everyone else. If you're gonna trade a player, get all the picks back or get a star player and 2 or 3 of their young stars. Gut them of their young stars, because you need a combination of more 60% young talent and some old talent to win in this league, especially in the West. Y'all can sit up here and be delusional all you want. But the problem why I don't like old players leading your team and carrying this workload is because they're going to always break down in a 82 game sample size. You can sit up here and lie all you want, but this West don't play around. You need to win 50 games to win the damn 8th seed. The 8th seed. That's the play-in. But you're going to sit up here and lie to y'all damn selves like we ain't watching what we watching. So, sure, we got the first overall pick, but the shit ain't a damn flip of a switch like Nico said for us to become actually competitive. I actually know how to team build. A lot of y'all in this chat clearly don't watch basketball to this day because y'all up here lying to y'all damn selves right now.
Man, because you see how you disrespected Dirk, bro. You killed yourself when you disrespected Dirk, bro. See, you disrespected Dirk, bro.
I ain't disrespecting Dirk. I'm just calling it how it is, bro.
Dirk, bro. And see, but hey, listen, y'all. This is what I wanted y'all to know, though. See, because people thought because of Team Booker,
that we was cool.
We still cool. But listen,
we had this fight was 10 times worse when it actually happened.
Oh man, we fought for hours on this, bro. Like
nobody was still here. I was in the damn restaurant looking at the game, and I'm over here yelling at the phone.
See, but that's what I like about DC Universe is that people think because we was rocking on Team Booker that dog, man. Because on football we see a lot of stuff the same. On basketball we see a little bit different. We see it different. But I wanted to show y'all, like, nah, man, we fight. Like, this is life. This is the life of DC Universe. You know what I mean? And I still respect my brother. My brother got a sharp sword. You know, he's slippery as hell. He cold.
You gonna hate my go? You Darius? You
gonna hate but I really, you know, and it was different, bro. Us going into basketball. Yeah, and I'm gonna pick. We gonna do this a little bit more. We'll do this a little bit more, especially if we get into dead periods. We'll talk about basketball stuff like that, bro. Because at the end of the day, I know really people that follow both of us are ball people. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? And it's, but I got much respect for you, bro. Like I always knew we was gonna fight this out, and it was gonna be a nasty fight. It wasn't that bad though. We was cool. I
don't see myself disrespecting players. I just don't see the players as God. Like they ain't all perfect. They all have their faults.
No, the disrespect to me is when you even kind of put Luka on the level of Dirk, and like skill wise, I would say he higher. But
I'm not comparing them. I'm not comparing them skill wise. I'm just saying how you did it. I'm talking about.
And then I think you got it wrong on how Dirk was viewed, bro. Like,
no.
Everybody know that Dirk got cheated in 2006.
He did get cheated, but you know they was labeling him as a choker, and I hated it too. He needed that ring.
Nobody was calling Luka a choker, bro. I'm not Luka Dirk. Dog, Dirk was.
Did he need a ring? Didn't he need a ring?
No, but
he needed that ring.
I remember that run, bro, in 2006, bro. He had to go Game 7 against Phoenix.
That was MVP.
And San Antonio.
I know.
And was hitting buzzer beaters. It was Dirk.
But
it was Dirk, dog.
You know how
and they was up 2-0 versus Miami. Everybody
y'all know to stamp yourselves in. To stamp yourselves in basketball.
They cheated us though.
You need a ring.
That was our ring. The world knew that they stole that ring from Dallas. That ring was stolen from us, bro. Stolen.
I still don't like Wade to this day.
Yeah, bro. I hate Wade for that, man. He shot 80 free throws? Bro, I was at the game, bro.
Oh, you went to the game? Oh,
I was in America. I watched it live. I'm watching it with my dad on Father's Day, bro. It was his gift. You know what I mean? And they cheated us, bro. So now I didn't see what you was talking about.
I'm talking about how you build around them.
The Mavericks was feared.
Yeah,
it was feared, and see at first,
but we had a great team, and we had a killer leading it.
I would say we had a great team. I think they played great.
We had a great team.
No, that wasn't a great team.
I mean, individual players, yeah.
They played great, but that wasn't a great team.
That's what makes a great Spurs team. Spurs teams,
on paper, they was not a great team. Like
Jerry
anybody would have put all
Eric Dampier,
on paper, we shouldn't have won none of that shit. We shouldn't have beat
Michael
OKC.
Finley?
We shouldn't have beat
OKC.
OKC.
2011.
Yeah. Oh, and 06 too. 06 too.
I was naming 06, but 2011, we were the underdogs. Everybody counted, but we were still a great team, and we
played great. We wasn't a great team.
We were playing some damn defense. We
played some fantastic defense.
We were locking.
But that team,
we locked up Brandon Roy. Talking about pre-injury Brandon Roy.
Now we were dope.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
we were dope. That team was nothing but heart, bro. That was probably the most heart you would ever see.
It was hard, but it was also cohesion.
It was super cohesion, bro. Super
cohesion.
Dog. Yeah, they played great. They was not great, dog.
And I'm saying you need a team like that around Luka.
I think Luka will break down a team like that.
Because his play style, that's just his play style.
All it takes, dog. He is not Dirk. Like Dirk wasn't with all this shit.
You talking about they makeup is different, but I mean,
if that makeup is why them boys played like that, bro.
I mean,
it was the makeup of their star, dog. Dirk was just a head, he was their business, bro. He wasn't all that crying, that drama, fighting refs, and now Dirk was just all business. It was just business, and everybody played like the leader, dog. Dirk has a statue in front of American Airlines, and I'm gonna be honest, it's not big enough. They need a whole building of Dirk. That's how much he embodied the Mavericks for years, bro. Just G-ball. I'm talking about nothing fancy, just for bust your ass, just bow, bow, bow. Yeah. Just consistent. I'm talking about teardrop with that ugly foot. Just yap.
I still put on some jazz and watch them fade away to this day.
And then Dirk, let's be honest, this is why Luka and Dirk shouldn't be in the same conversation. Because that ugly fadeaway that Dirk had, all the stars took it. Kobe took that fadeaway. All the stars was like that unstoppable fadeaway with that foot. You know what I'm saying? The stars start mimicking it because Dirk was so money. That's why Dirk and Luka should never be in the same sentence. You would never have to take beer out of Dirk's hand going into the finals. The fact that how Dirk played sick and LeBron then was trying to troll him. Sniff.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's childish. And when
I can't hold.
Man, that boy shot 100% from the free throw, dog. Don't you ever in your life put Luka on the level of Dirk, bro. No way, man.
You can't say that about comparing Luka. They got different vices. I'm like everybody.
I know they got different vices, but I'm talking about the mentality, the leadership, the dudes, the respect, the not getting all the texts, the body being ready, like everything, like coming ready to go. That was Dirk. That was Dirk against harder games, bro. Because, okay, be honest, nothing that Luka went against was compared to what Dirk had to go against. Nothing.
I would say Dirk ain't had to work with Luka. What Luka has to work with. Luka. See, the thing is, I love Dirk, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Luka, that 2021 run, even though we didn't get to the finals, the team we had around him, boss. I'm sorry, I have to give. I'm not giving enough credit to young Luka. Remember when Kristaps Porzingis went down? And I know it was just the first round, but I care about moments like this. This is before Kawhi was still injured with Kawhi. He took Kawhi by his damn self to a game 7, and in order for Kawhi to win, Kawhi had to shoot Shaq level efficiency from jump shots to beat him. That meant he was shooting 60% on jump shots to beat Luka in that game 7. A young Luka by his damn self. So that's why I give respect to Luka the way I do. Because when I say this man carried this franchise, he actually did carry this franchise. Because this franchise, for the longest before we got Kyrie, failed to put pieces around him to maximize him. And when they did, they ripped him away. I don't believe we gave Luka enough time.
I'm going to tell you like this. Luka was absolutely a dog. Absolutely a dog. The only problem, I only have one problem with Luka. Only one. I feel like he didn't max out his talent.
I think he was on his way. He was literally progressing.
I'm gonna be honest. I think he gonna do better than LA.
I don't deny that. I just wish
LA ain't gonna put up with that crap we put up with.
Well, I mean, they got a bigger stage, and
they got. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because like when their stars was Magic, Kareem, Kobe, the fact that they look down their nose at LeBron to this day, they look at him like, bro, you ain't no Kobe, bro. Calm down. So their fans are gonna hold Luka to a high standard. He ain't gonna be able to show up with fat boy stuff. They already call him fat boy out there. They already on his ass, bro.
Well, the thing is, they delusional.
But Dallas, we cool with it. See, Dallas,
But my thing is, the Lakers wasn't built to win.
He was ours. He was ours. All that, like the guy said, he was ours.
I would be. Look, I want to look at more committed. The thing is, look, the LA goofy for expecting the championship this year. You ain't built a team around Luka yet.
But I'm just saying though, like
I'm saying, give him what he needs and then see how far he can take him.
If Luka come back looking like a Greek god, you better be mad.
I won't.
You won't be mad? I'll be mad. I'm gonna tell you why, bro. Because it's like, bro, you should have been like that with us, bro. It took you going to a different environment where them fans don't play that shit that we play. See, we
working with LeBron.
I saw the same thing happening to Houston when they got Harden, bro. They was so thirsty for a superstar that they let him be strip club king, bro.
I don't compare them to, because like the reason why I don't compare them to Luka.
No, I'm saying like the level of accountability.
I know, but I'm saying Luka was doing what he was doing, and he was producing way more than Harden. See, Luka and Harden.
I ain't talking about like talent. I'm saying
about
sometimes some places people got to go to where the fans don't play that, bro.
I'm saying
LA they don't play that.
In mentality, with that, when Joe Harden's doing, Harden like he shrinks in the playoffs. Luka gets better.
I agree with that.
We all Dallas. Dallas everything. Stars, Rangers, all that.
Dallas
everything.
Dallas everything.
Dallas to the down. Yeah.
To the dead. No switching up ever on none of it. Rangers, Stars, all of it.
And occasionally probably SMU on a good
SMU
day.
Too on a good day. Yeah, I'm gonna rock with them too. Anything Dallas. Red Top.
Oh, Wings go. They got it. They got it. Yeah. So
Wings. DeSoto, Dunkerville, Sock. All of that. Kimball. and I hate Kim.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
We smashed them when we played
That's
them.
my rival.
Actually, we got flagged for bullying when we played them in high school. We got flagged for bullying.
I'm rocking with them when they in the championship though. I went that way. Yeah, I went that way.
Oh, you went to okay. Yeah, Offensive. Yeah. I was training at Will a couple of times.
Yeah. But nah, man, good fight, bro. And I know we went longer than usual, man. We apologize about that. But me and Lou fights be real, dog. They are real. And then I know Coach gonna want to get around two of this. I'm gonna get Coach on with you, bro. I'm gonna get Coach on with you because you done said his name so many times. I know he gonna take it. You said it like he was a chump. You said and the coach. So
I told y'all he was gonna get hurt. I told y'all he was gonna get hurt. He did.
Let me tell y'all. So the coach you talking about is my boy Anthony Turner. I played ball with him growing up. So he currently principal at Lancaster, but he was the coach at soccer when they won 3 state championships in basketball. So me and Lou got so heated in this debate that we conferenced their coach, and we also all of us was fighting. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna get Coach on too. And we gonna talk some football. Then we gonna talk a little bit more basketball. We'll do that within the next 2 weeks. But we gonna have to get around two of this, bro. Cause I want to see you and Coach go at it. So, all right, let me get my real final words, man. Hey, Cowboys, y'all close, do your thing. We got the OTA starting tomorrow, and I'm excited for that. So y'all be looking for more content that's gonna be dropping. I'm doing a video breakdown tomorrow. Well, not a video. I'm gonna really talk about how Pickens and CD need to work together. A lot of people not talking about that. A lot of people just kind of assuming everything will be great. It's also some things we got to keep our eyes on too, to just make sure that we getting the max out of those two, right? And it's not even just a fear of using those guys and getting away from the run, but it's about what is the proper way to really use Pickens with a CeeDee Lamb. I'll talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah, Cowboy Nation, winter is coming. Get a running back, get a DT, so we can rock and I can fully be committed. See, y'all almost had me, and then me and my wife, we was trying to go with our friends, go to the Chiefs game, and I looked at them prices and I said, they ain't got a running back in the DT yet, so I ain't gonna break that bread for them. You know what I'm saying? Right. I almost did.
That's right.
Since y'all ain't do nothing, I'm gonna see y'all at Cosm. You feel me?
That's what's up, man.
That's my final word. So
they say, can we please have a GOAT argument? We'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll do that. I don't know where you stand on that, but we'll do that.
Brian.
Oh, Jesus.